3 o'clock keyword is media, MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Media, guys, that is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win.
Go get it.
Go get that cashish.
Well, you guys had another winner last week.
Yeah, we had one at 6 o'clock in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
just one, though.
Ward.
Oh, his name was Ward?
Yes.
We never even found out who it was.
Yeah.
Celine just texted me the next morning and said, by the way, you had the 6 o'clock winner.
Yeah, so 5 winners so far for Real Radio. We're still leading Orlando, and let's get some more.
Yeah, this is our last week. So we have today through Friday. And, of course, those Friday guesses go all the way through the Tom and Dan show, which Deb has mentioned many times. And last wave of this game that we played, that 7 and 9 slot had quite a few winners. So please stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting keywords right up until 9 o'clock. Less players, to go up against. Better chances to win. Get that money. We could all use.
Yeah, for sure.
An extra $1,000.
All right, Jack, you had to fly. Jack went up to the Jersey. And is it just Jersey, or did you go
to New York?
Yeah.
I spent, half my time in both states.
Okay, very good. So we know you went to a Bruce show.
Yes.
And I saw something about a Bruce show. I don't know if it was the show you were at, but apparently he entered the stage or stadium to the stage like through the crowd kind of thing, like walking like an old school thing. Did he do that at your show?
He does, but typically what he does, it's in the encore set for 10th Avenue Freeze Out. In the encore, the lights are up. They do Born to Run, but 10th Avenue Freeze Out is a big one. And he comes off the stage. He goes around the side, and then there is a separation between the pit area and the seated floor area.
Right.
And they kind of have a walk that goes across. So he goes and he interacts with the fans, and he kind of does a loop, and then by the end of the song, he's back on stage.
Was he wearing a white shirt the night you saw him?
Yes, white, and I think
is that his standard thing?
This tour it is. It's a white shirt. He has a black vest on and a tie is tucked in.
Yeah.
He, at the encore, he takes off the vest. In the past, he's ripped open his shirt. He's stopped doing that at 76. I'm
he still looks good. He's still ripped.
Buddy, almost a 3-hour show. And
at 80 years old, baby.
It's 76, and he's the only one who didn't break. Everyone else on the stage
took a break
at one point or another didn't have to be there. He was there from the start until the end.
And that's what
I'm exhausted.
And that's what started drum and guitar solos. It had nothing to do with them showcasing that particular talent. They just wanted to be able to dip down and get a bite to eat or take a little break, grab a drink or a chick, whatever the case may be, and move forward. But it's interesting. Excuse me. I saw him walking through the crowd without the vest on, and the shirt had in my opinion, one too many buttons on that.
Jealous.
One too many buttons undone. And I look at, he's the king, he's the Bruce, he's the boss. He can do what he wants. He can show as much chest as he needs to. It's fine. Rest of the trip good? All flying fine? Going through the airport's fine? No problems?
No problems at all. Everything was smooth. Had a fantastic time. I rode the subway more than I ever had in my life over 3 consecutive days because twice we took it from Upper Manhattan West Side all the way to Brooklyn, which is, if you're like looking at a map, it's all the way down and then over.
Wow.
Because the Bruce concert was at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Right.
And then 2 days later, I was taking my daughter to a concert in Brooklyn, just a couple stops away from that. So we were riding the subway back at 1:30 in the morning.
Interesting.
Got home at 2:30.
Oh,
fascinating. Absolutely
to be on the
best people watching
subway at 1:30 in the morning.
Best, yes.
Yeah. So a little scary.
Well, only coming down into the subway station in Brooklyn after the concert. We get down at about like 1:10, and it says, "Okay, I need the 2 or the 3 train," and it says 24-minute wait. I'm like,
take a left to go to the train, take a right to get murdered.
Yeah. So just 24-minute wait. You have a seat, and then there was another train, and anyone who was on the station got up. Then it was just me and my daughter.
They call those sitting ducks.
Yeah, and then another person. Then people just come hanging out for the train. I never once felt unsafe, but we got on the train. There was only about not even a dozen people in our car. We sat down, and then at night, what happens after 11? You have local and express trains, right? The express will only stop every few.
Right.
Local stops at
every
single
stop. Right.
After 11, the trains, because there's less people, they are all local. They stop at every stop. So every stop we went, more people were getting on. And by the time we got to Lower Manhattan and Midtown Manhattan, then a group from a wedding came on. They were all dressed really nice and drunk, and then a couple other partiers that look like
going to operas or plays or something like that.
Clubbing.
Yeah, clubbing.
Look like people after clubbing, and it's like they're trying to stay awake, and then like an Uber Eats guy with his bike after he was done brings his bike on.
Oh yeah,
and then a homeless lady with a wheelchair stacked with like furniture dollies.
Yeah,
rolling in, and it's like suddenly this train is packed. And it was
so crazy
for the whole ride, and then it was our turn to get off at 96th Street, and just see
memories,
you
man.
later, everybody.
My favorite thing when I went I think it was last September or whatever, we were on the subway. It's the first time I'd ever been in the subway. Is all the older Asian ladies trying to sell water. And apparently they've banned that. So what you would do is a cop would come down and there'd be the cooler sitting there and it was selling water for like $2, $1.50 a bottle plus snacks and everything. They're not supposed to do that without some kind of permit or licensing or whatever. And the instant that anybody of like affiliation with the subway authority or anything would come around, they would close the cooler and I'll sit on it. And they knew immediately. They would just make a move or something like that. They'd move like 30 feet and set up and do it again. It was pretty funny, but man, that is an entire different culture down there.
Yeah.
It's like you descend into a different world down there.
It's the thing I always, when I come back, it's always a little bittersweet. I wish we had such a fascinating form of mass transit.
Yeah.
I'm just enamored with it. And matter of fact, it will reflect my pick today for What'd You Do
That's
Next
cool.
New.
Because that's where I met a man wearing a pink dress and a tinfoil hat.
Oh, yeah. I saw a guy, I saw a teenager shirtless fart sleeping. He'd snore then fart. And we stayed a little way away from him.
And that's what's interesting. You get all walks of life.
All walks.
It could be homeless. It could be,
wealthy.
Crazy, but right up to Wall Street traders and everyone in between.
Yeah, we went back and forth to Jersey. We used the bus because we were coming back after the subway shut down or that goes over there. So the bus system over there, not only very efficient, also equally as interesting humanity-wise. Because of the bus system and the way that runs there. So very cool. Glad you had a good time. No problems with the airports. No problem with any of that stuff. And you flew on a better airline, right?
Yeah, flew on United.
Dog.
Had the middle seat, but I kept myself entertained. I talk about starting books. My wife bought me a book a few years ago, The Revenant, which was the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw the movie. It's like, why read the book, right?
Yeah.
I threw the book in my bag, and I watched a movie on the plane, and then I'm like, let me start this, and I started reading it.
And I heard the story of that guy is genuinely unbelievable. Like you can't believe it's true. All the stuff that dude went through and lived.
And then the next day, every downtime, I started reading it, and I finished it last night.
Yay! When was the last time you read a book cover to cover?
Cover to cover, it's been a minute.
It's so funny you bring that up because just yesterday I was like, man, I've got some really good books. I just need to pick up a book and see if I can get back into it because I love reading.
And I wasn't sure. It's like I'm like, did this really happen? And then at the end. Because what I always end up doing in a story like that I like, whether it's a movie or a book, I want to find out, okay, what was fiction, what was real. The author did it.
Yeah.
At the very end, he's like, okay, these are what we know. Then I added this, and it was just like fascinating.
Still an amazing story. Dude was mauled by a bear, drug himself across like 12 miles of frozen tundra through creeks, and it was just
hundreds of miles.
It's crazy, right?
It is absolutely. Now I want to see the movie again.
And I've never seen the movie. I heard it's great. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Big shout out to some friends over at Lake Mineola. Here's the thing. We don't peddle in bad news. It just seems like there's only bad news. We try to bring you great news. We get great news, uplifting stories about our community or people that are in it. This is one of them. Lake Mineola Science and Engineering Team. They call themselves the Nerds of Prey.
Oh, that is too cool.
They won a global engineering contest in Houston. 700 teams from all over the world, and they created this robot that picks up these basketball, tennis ball looking things.
I saw them on Fox 35.
Yeah, that's exactly them. That's a global competition,
and they won.
And a team from Lake Mineola won the contest.
Yay! That is awesome.
I thought it was friggin' awesome. And if you get a chance, our buddy John Brown over at Fox 35 Orlando Good Morning Orlando. They did a piece or a bit with him this morning, and it was really interesting and really good. That teacher deserves a lot of accolades.
Absolutely.
You can just hear the way he used the language about discussing his team and what it takes to get a group of kids together to focus on one thing. And it's so funny. They call themselves the Nerds of Prey, and their robot is the Kestrel 1100 or something like that. So they even named it after a bird of prey. So,
that's so cool. What a great way to set yourself up for a successful future.
No joke. And they were all really cool kids, and this teacher just seemed like the greatest guy. But if you get a chance, check out that piece. I'm sure at Fox 35's website, you can see it there. And, send out some shout outs to those guys, because it's always good when we have students that do something positive, because we rarely hear about that.
Amen.
We do have a lot of really interesting stuff.
I was going to say, hurry up so I can get to the negative stuff.
And I've got a news story today that I'm telling you, when I say the story name, you're not going to believe it's true. I actually had to go and research because I thought I was being goofed on. And it's a true story. It is crazy. I'll tell you about it a little bit later. Deb, what do you got for news?
Well, we're going to talk about experts predicting record gas prices for July 4th if the strait stays closed. Meanwhile, state forestry officials say Florida's wildfire season is peaking, what that means for the 4th. And the NFL is awarding Super Bowl 64 to... We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
That's horrifying, because why would that even be in the news? All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
That's what I bring.
Media is your 3 o'clock keyword, MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000 back with Deb's News and more. The Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Yeah, you got to get them a rampon.
Anyway.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a crash off to the shoulder, I-4 westbound near the beach line. The off-ramp's partially blocked from 408 westbound Conway Road due to an accident. Keep an eye out for emergency crews in the area. Traffic starting to slow down in your typical areas on I-4 and the major roadways, but there's no serious accidents tied you up. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ePass.
You've heard of karma, but have you heard of CARMA? It's like karma, but on the road. So when you let someone merge, good karma. Leave space between cars, good karma. These little daily driving habits can help you keep calm and in control. Learn more at drivesmartflorida.org.
Guys, Steel is the #1 brand in gas-powered landscaping equipment, and right now you can find it at your local Tools Ace Hardware. That's right, from homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. And check this out. How about 0% financing plus instant rebates on select Steel mowers and on any additional Steel tools as well? And never forget, Tools Ace Hardware has trained techs in their stores ready to service and repair your Steel equipment every single day. It's Steel's zero-turn mowers, now available in-store at 12 Tools Ace Hardware locations. Find yours easily at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit theNickLeeGroup.com.
They say a good lawyer knows the law and a great lawyer knows the judge. What they don't tell you, the right lawyer in your corner can help you avoid a 5-round cage match. At TK Law, we help you cut the drama, resolve your disputes, and move forward. Divorce, business conflicts, car accidents. We are trusted by our clients, respected by our peers, and proven where it matters the most. Don't just settle for a lawyer. Choose the right lawyer. Choose TK Law. One firm for life. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Listen to Real Radio in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery? Brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for financing too, with rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And a helpful finance team working to get you approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
With approved credit. Offer expires 6/5/26.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Yacht Rock Radio on iHeartRadio drops anchor and goes commercial-free every weekend. Weekends were made for smooth sailing. Yacht Rock Radio's got the soundtrack. Just sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy. The smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
iHeartRadio. Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
What to do, Colbert Crew? You know, your favorite tea bag in the Village of Duval. And today we raise a beer to National Roadie Day.
Oh.
Think about it. They're doing all the hard work and living none of the lifestyle. But there are some advantages. I mean, I'm assuming they get to bang all the ugly roadies. Anyhoosins, have a good show, yo. Peace.
Anyhoosins. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Roadies do get They do have the best leverage, by the way, when it comes to getting favors.
I worked with a groupie once.
Nice way to put it.
And that leverage.
Oh, yeah.
And that leverage is, how'd you like to meet the guitar player?
Yeah.
There's one way to do that. All right.
Actually, there's a few from what I was told.
Maybe so. Who knows? Media is your 3 o'clock keyword, MEDIA. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Deb has that skank smirk that I think is funny. Not that you're the skank, but you're smirking because there's skank around.
No, well, like I said, I worked with a real true blue groupie.
And you told me that she was like proud of it.
She was proud of it. It was so interesting to be with someone who didn't understand that outside in the everyday world, your life isn't good.
Right?
That's nothing to share or be proud of.
Exactly. This is not like you won a contest of some
exactly.
sort.
Yeah. It was fascinating. Sweet girl, but whoa.
All right, media is the word. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. Jack is right there, and Deb has your news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow. Does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, President Trump has pushed for China to help convince Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz.
China.
That has yet to happen, and now gas prices have spiked again.
$4.59 on the way in.
By July 4, we could be talking gas could be well over $5, and it could hit new records just depending on how long the Strait continues to be closed.
Yeah, so the head of petroleum analysis for Gas Buddy, Patrick DeHaan, says for now, Florida's gas prices are still 10 cents less than the national average. So you paid $4.59.
Well, I didn't pay it. I got to pay it on the way home, but I saw it coming in.
Yeah, I got to pay that last night.
Yeah.
$4.43 statewide. Nationally, it's $4.53. He predicts prices are going to dip slightly for the Memorial Day weekend this weekend. But again, if the Strait stays closed, look for $5 a gallon gas by the 4th of July.
Wowzers.
No problem. All right. Tensions continue to boil over in the Caribbean, sparking immediate waves of alarm and praise across South Florida. As a Mexican humanitarian ship arrives in Havana to ease Cuba's economic crisis, President Miguel Diaz-Canel warns Cuba has a, quote, absolute right to defend itself, end quote, against Axios reports of a drone stash and possible attacks, stating any strike will trigger a bloodbath. Meanwhile, Miami's Cuban-American community is strongly praising Secretary of State Marco Rubio for slapping crippling new sanctions on 11 top Cuban officials, freezing their assets and cutting off international banks. That was freezing their assets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it is summer.
I wanted to be very clear about that. All right. A piece of September 11th history is making a special stop in Sarasota. It's actually making this trip around the country, but where it's stopping today is very significant. It'll be interesting to see if you guys remember why.
All right.
So the Tunnels to Towers Foundation's Steel Across America tour is going to bring a massive steel beam from the World Trade Center to Emma E. Booker Elementary School tonight. Emma E. Booker.
Can I guess?
You can guess.
That was where President Bush was reading the book
yes,
to the kids?
That is the picture that we have ingrained in our minds of him sitting there as
My pet goat or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
as a
America.
staffer leans down and says, America's under attack. And that look you see in his eyes. I mean, that was the first time. So, that you're right, Jack. That is the school where President George W. Bush was visiting when he learned of the attacks nearly 25 years ago.
Unbelievable, right? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Officials say the event is going to give the public a chance to remember the victims, honor first responders, and reflect on the lasting impact of 9/11. And it never ceases to amaze me that something that was so life-changing is for a lot of kids just a history lesson.
Yeah.
Just like Pearl Harbor was for us.
Exactly.
And think about those kids in that classroom. What are they, 30, 31 now?
Yeah, they would have been
if they were about 6,
7, 8. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they'd be middle-aged.
They'll be in the lower 30s.
Isn't that crazy? And some 12-year-old, to them, that's just another lesson to learn.
I wonder what their memories of that are like, because they probably didn't get told, hey, everybody, the president's got to leave because somebody just flew a plane into our buildings and we're under attack. They obviously didn't say that. They learned that down the road, but I wonder if they're able to kind of flash back to that moment and actually recapture what that was like, as he's telling that story. And you see that look on his face. And at first I was like, well, he just found a word he can't pronounce. But it turned out that way that it's not at all.
No, that's one of those indelible images of that day.
I got to tell you, when they do the whole "Where were you the day of" thing, of all the days and all of the national events that I experienced in my 58 years, that's the one I can really, I could literally make a movie of it that morning for the first 15 minutes after I heard. I knew everything. I remember what I was wearing. I remember what the TV looked like. I remember everything about it.
Yeah, same here. Same here. All right, Florida is getting a major boost in disaster recovery funding with more than $1.5 billion coming from FEMA. Senator Ashley Moody says the money will reimburse communities for costs tied to storms and other disasters over the past several years. The funding will support more than 500 projects across the state, including debris removal, infrastructure repairs, and power restoration. You still have so many communities on the Gulf Coast that are still recovering. Hell, even the Panhandle from Hurricane Michael, however many years ago, they're still building and replacing animal shelters. Officials say the money will flow through FEMA programs that that help state and local governments recover and rebuild.
Yeah, I read a story about Asheville, North Carolina today, and it's the same kind of thing. Like, hey, look, we went down into Asheville. We rebuilt the area where the tourists are coming, but don't look behind there.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you do, don't look behind there because it's still chaos waiting for money to clean it up.
And that's the problem. We just forget that, the storm may not take that long to come through, but the recovery is years in the making.
Crazy.
And it's not just storms. Florida leaders say wildfire conditions are the worst they have seen in decades. You match that with the worst drought they've seen in at least 25 years, and this is the problem. So speaking in Brooksville, Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson says that could mean changing your 4th of July fireworks plans.
We all love the 250th celebration we're going to have this year, but we probably ought to be considering alternatives.
I'm pretty sure that people who sell fireworks do not want to think about what alternatives that is.
Well, I can tell you from somebody that I may know that may have a fireworks stand that when we were talking last time, actually this was just a couple weeks ago, we all went out to dinner and went bowling, and I'm talking to him like, how's business? And he looks at me and with this little bit of an air of confidence because when you sell fireworks, there are a couple things that when they line up, things can be very good. He goes, I don't know, Jimmy, you tell me. July 4th is it on a Saturday this year or Friday? It's on a Friday, isn't it?
I will look.
No, it's Saturday.
It's a Saturday, right? He goes, I don't know. You tell me. July 4th falls on a Saturday, and it's the 250th anniversary of the country. You tell me how it's going to go.
Yeah.
He's saying that as to say when the stars align for a fireworks company, they can't align more than they're aligning right now to cap sales. I mean, every possible scenario you could possibly want for things to go as well as they possibly could is in place, except it's dry and we need water badly.
And that's the problem. Another forestry official said, listen, you have thousands and thousands of people setting off fireworks on one day. You could literally burn up the state. In one night, you could set the entire state of Florida on fire.
Did you hear the guy who was lost? And I guess he set off a flare gun because he was lost in a boat or something like that, and it set an island on fire.
Oh, Lord.
He was trying to get rescued. Yeah. It caused a fire.
Well, state forest officials say lightning from summer thunderstorms could soon add to all the acreage scorched by arson and carelessness. Drought conditions could continue through July. Simpson says crews have already battled more than 2,100 fires this year, burning over how many acres, you guys? 2,100 fires. How many acres do you think?
This thing's so. I'll go 110,000.
80,000.
135,000 acres,
not bad,
points
huh?
Jimmy. Simpson says most fires are caused by people from backyard burns or tossed cigarettes or a flare gun trying to get rescued, and warns the peak of wildfire season is still ahead. He adds most counties will need at least a foot of rain to get out of severe drought.
Oh, no, don't say that.
A foot of rain.
Oh.
All right, a social media influencer accused of shooting at an alligator in the Everglades is avoiding jail time. Clavicular, whose real name is Braden Peters, faced criminal charges in Miami-Dade after the crime was caught on live-streamed video. Peters and another man pleaded no contest on Friday to charges of unlawfully discharging a firearm in public. They both received 6 months of probation, 20 hours of community service, and were ordered to complete firearm and wildlife safety courses. I would like to ask that they spend those 20 hours of community service with one Savannah Bone from Gatorland, where she can teach them the importance of having respect for alligators.
Yeah, 5'11", former Marine. Things make it fun.
He probably had a really good lawyer to get off that easy.
That's why I say send him over to Savannah.
And that guy's
let her play with him.
And that guy's known as a looks maxer, right?
Yes.
That's like a new thing now. Like if you're really good looking, you use that and you go out and you make.
No, it's worse than that.
What is it?
Looks maxing is telling young men that the key to success in your life with women and work is to look your best. And if that means you have to take a hammer and break your own jawbones that your jaw will grow back with that Superman look, then you need to do that. You need to do whatever is necessary to get the best looks that you can get.
Except your personality.
Yeah, and regular people like you and I are subhuman.
Oh, we are. Okay, good.
Including
hey,
as women.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. I think Jack and I have done pretty well for ourselves as subhumans. I think we've pulled some pretty good weight for ourselves as subhumans.
Agreed.
I'll put our girls up against almost anything. Looks Maxine guys will do it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Disney is being hit with a class action lawsuit over facial recognition technology. This is at their California theme parks. Facial recognition was put in place at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure entrances in April. The lawsuit argues Disney, quote, does not adequately disclose the use of their biometric collection, end quote. Those are some frightening words. Biometric collection.
Hey, let me get your slide.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There it is.
And you know where they may get traction? In California. When I went to Disneyland in California, they had warnings for everything ever. You could tell it was so litigious that everything had a warning. I have a feeling that might be, something. There might be something there when it comes to them not warning people enough about this.
Jack, you hit the nail exactly on the head. So it adds that a sign at select entrances with a slash through a silhouette that allows guests to avoid the facial recognition isn't enough notice.
Yeah.
So the lawsuit is seeking at least $5 million.
And then it's funny, it's a lawsuit.
I know.
Yeah. No, now you don't get to come in.
Exactly.
And you go to Knucklehead
Island. A new investment's going to allow Port Canaveral to strengthen its role as an economic engine for Central Florida. That's what Port Canaveral CEO Captain John Murray said yesterday at a ceremony with Congressman Mike Herodopoulos. Herodopoulos presented Murray with a $20 million grant from the Port Infrastructure Development Program. It's going to allow the Canaveral Port Authority to expand capacity at two of the port's busiest cargo berths, right? Because that's not going to be a problem over at Port Canaveral. Come on, people. Nothing to see
Nobody
here.
goes there.
No.
And another story today, how cruising has become America's favorite vacation getaway.
Oh, without a doubt.
Even with all the issues with hantavirus and norovirus and all this stuff, does not matter. People are looking right through that to book their next cruise.
I'll wash my hands. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's do this. Exactly. Herodopoulos says Port Canaveral is a cornerstone of our local economy and a critical gateway for commerce, national security, and job creation. In the meantime, an airport, I bet you can guess which one, in Palm Beach County is getting millions in upgrades. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced yesterday it's awarding $10 million to Palm Beach International Airport.
AKA?
Well, Donald J. Trump.
There you
International
go.
Airport.
Yeah.
The money will go toward expanding the terminal to include new restrooms, mother's rooms, and I love this, a new sensory room for families.
Oh, for
anyone who's traveling with someone who's on the spectrum, who gets easily overwhelmed by crowds and noise, having a quiet place to go where you can avoid a meltdown is chef's kiss
very
important.
cool for them.
It really, really is.
I saw that in the airport yesterday in Newark. They had that sensory room. And I also thought it might be for kids with
ADHD?
Yeah, well, no.
Doesn't neurodivergent kind of cover all of that?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I actually thought neurodivergent at one point was just focused toward kids with autism, but that's not the case at all. It's any of those neurodivergent things, ADHD, autism, any of that stuff.
Parents with just, anyone that they're traveling with
Right,
where
yeah.
they could use a little bit of quiet time,
Right.
which is what makes SeaWorld so cool because they're the first park, I believe, in the world that is accredited with the neurodivergent community because they have all kinds of facilities. But in the case of the new airport, travelers say they're excited.
I think that will be a huge asset to the community and for people that are flying in and out.
Now, the money is part of over $900 million the federal agency is awarding to over 100 airports in 45 states. Quick question, where the hell are they finding all of this money?
Right, yeah.
Anyway, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says this administration is focused on making travel happier and more convenient for American families. Again, meanwhile, starting July 1st, PBI will be known as Donald J. Trump International Airport. Speaking of things in the skies, Allegiant Airlines is adding several new Florida routes. The ultra budget air carrier is the latest company to step up following the recent shutdown of Spirit Airlines. So new nonstop routes include Fort Lauderdale to Boston.
This is good news.
It is.
Yeah.
Omaha, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City. Because like we were talking about before, Jack, other low-cost carriers make the United, the Deltas, and the Americans keep their prices competitive.
They call this the stowaway class.
St. Pete to Philly and Columbia, Missouri. Now Orlando to Trenton, New Jersey.
Let's go. Well, no, I don't want to go
Yeah,
there.
don't go to Trenton. Get out of here. Is there a sweatsuit sale up there or something?
There's few capitals that are worth going to.
And Punta Gorda to La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh, my God.
They're scheduled to take off this fall. Tickets start at $59.
You can just see everybody gathered around in Punta Gorda. Where are we going to leave this beautiful state to go to? Oh, I know. Let's go to blank, 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 Wisconsin.
Hey, it's La Crosse, and it's beautiful.
Okay, very nice.
You are terrible.
Yeah. My wife is in Montana this morning. The first thing she sent me is, guess what? She's in Bozeman this morning for business.
Oh, yeah?
She sent me the weather, a screenshot of the weather this morning. We woke up, it was 74 or 75 this morning?
Oh, easy. Maybe a little bit warmer.
Yeah, what do you think it was in Bozeman this morning?
43.
No, yeah, go ahead.
That's not. I was going to guess like 50.
Yeah, it's 28 degrees this morning in Bozeman, Montana.
In May.
That's 28 degrees in middle May.
Did she
for
have
a girl who hates the cold?
Did she bring any warm weather or clothes?
Yeah, she brought one jacket because I'd let her know in advance. She had no idea. She's like, well, it's almost June. I mean, how cold could it be? I'm like, well, below freezing at least a couple days.
I made the same assumption going on. I'm like, oh, come on, it's May. It's going to be fine. Right. And I look, 60s and raining. I'm like, I'm just going to bring a jacket.
It's so funny.
A little jacket.
Because, we'll be watching a Cubs game, and I'm like, why is everyone wearing jackets?
Oh, yeah.
And then I forget, it would snow as late as May up in Wisconsin.
The first round of the PGA, guys were wearing, sleeves, and I was like, look up at Philly. It's it's 61 degrees up there.
One of the most common questions I will ask my smart speaker when I'm watching a live event is like,
yeah.
Hey, what's the weather?
What's the weather in Chicago?
Yeah,
exactly.
I do that all the time with my app. If you looked at my weather app at one point, it was just riddled with cities that I was interested in, like where we were going or where we had been. It actually was even warmer in Maine than it was in Montana.
Yeah, well, all right. The 10-day Florida Python Challenge kicks off on July 10th with registration now officially open. Everglades National Park Superintendent Pedro Ramos says, along with spending billions on Everglades restoration and returning water flow to the southern part of the state, they must also fight to keep out exotic plants and animals like the python that are ruining the landscape.
There's no silver bullet to this job, and it takes partnership, it takes bold action, and yes, the engagement of Floridians, of citizens that also want to be part of the solution.
State wildlife officials say a record 294 pythons were caught during last year's 10-day competition. Collier County's Taylor Stansberry, who's just a little itty-bitty thing, won the top prize. She was awarded $10,000 for removing 60 pythons.
Yeah, it's crazy there because there's so much area. That's what they tell you. It's like you can't imagine. Like you hear this on the media of them catching 300 or 400 or whatever, and when you look at the space that they're tasked to get these things out of, I'm like, come on.
I know.
Come on.
Plus, they're masters at camouflage,
and they give birth to like a billion of them every time.
And then finally, the NFL has announced Nashville, Tennessee as the host city for Super Bowl 64.
That actually works.
Oh, that'll, yeah.
Nashville's going to go off.
Blow up.
Yeah, that's going to go off.
The league announced the Music City as the home for the February 2030 championship game during an NFL owners meeting in Orlando. I had no idea NFL owners were even here this week.
Yeah.
The decision marks the first time Nashville will host the Super Bowl. The game would be played at the new Nissan Stadium, which is scheduled to open in 2027 and would come exactly 30 years after the Titans made their only Super Bowl appearance. Nashville joins Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Las Vegas as future Super Bowl host cities already selected by the league. And then I believe Minneapolis, Minnesota has been selected for the 2028 NFL draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Man, that Nashville one's going to go crazy.
Can you imagine?
Oh, those bar owners down on Broadway are already buying Rolls Royces. Jeez Louise. That place is already a madhouse as it is just on a regular weekend. Like, it's going to be bananas this weekend.
I know.
Like, you throw a Super Bowl into that party down there? Get out of here.
Come on. Worth a car road trip.
So many electric scooter deaths.
Oh.
I'm joking.
And that concludes your JCS News.
Nashville.
All right, 407-916. I love the puberty change in the dead center. All right, 77031. You can text us there. Media is your 3 o'clock keyword. That's MEDIA. Just get over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
AI's power need is leading to the environmental collapse of the planet. We don't always recycle, and we use too much plastic and pollute.
You know, this one might be a push.
Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
The heat and humidity are here to stay, and so is the chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. Already watching out for some here as we progress through the remainder of our Tuesday. Mainly going to be focused west of Orlando, but we'll still see isolated showers and storms through the evening drive and into the early part of the overnight. Could have a few through the night as well. Temperatures fall back into the low to mid 70s. It'll be muggy. It'll be warm. Then tomorrow we do it all over again, watching out for a few showers and thunderstorms with that stronger wind coming in from the East Coast beaches as highs top out right around 90 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Guys, it's been 3 years since the launch of Life Imaging FLA right here in Orlando. Could not be more proud to celebrate this milestone. And for me personally, just couldn't be more proud to be a part of this company. Just simply amazing. In 3 years, this team has successfully conducted over 17,000 proactive scans and saved nearly 400 lives. It's actually more than that now. 80% of their visitors leave with no issues at all. It's that 20% that's so thankful they made the choice to get over to Life Imaging FLA and get this free heart scan. And that's what you should do as well. My wife and I did it. Simply amazing experience. Took no time at all. That peace of mind was amazing. And sitting next to my wife when her mom and dad called to let her know that their scans were perfectly clean and they were fine as well. Again, it's just that feeling you get like, wow, I can just kind of take that off my list of things to worry about and move on with my life. That is the peace of mind that Life Imaging FLA gives you. And look, man, when you consider 1 in 3 people in this country will die of heart disease, in some of those cases, like, you will get no symptoms, no warning, no nothing. You will just fall over dead. This seems like a complete no-brainer, and it is. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do, guys, to make your appointment. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. It is time to make this commitment to your long-term health care, and please, whatever you do when you're there, do not forget to ask about their cancer screening as well. It's Life Imaging FLA.
Orlando, this is your last chance to see the Storm at home in the regular season. Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. The Orlando Storm take on the DC Defenders at the Inter & Co Stadium. It's hats off to the Heroes Night as we honor the brave men and women who serve our community and our country. Be there for hard-hitting football, a playoff push, and an electric Friday night under the lights. Plus, the first 5,000 fans get a free Orlando Storm hat. Tickets start at just $16. Get yours now at UFLstorm.com. That's UFLstorm.com. Join the Storm. Experience the chaos.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music. The window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Here's your spring upgrade. Sun's out. Drink in one hand and a free Samsung Galaxy phone in the other. All on unlimited 5G. Switch to Total Wireless and stay connected through every road trip, beach day, and everything in between. Now that's a total power move. Offer ends 7/8/2026 or while supplies last. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a total 5G unlimited or max 5G plan, single or multi-month plan. Additional port-in ID verification or device financing requirements vary by device. Purchase limits apply.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away. All through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LifeLock. 1-800-LifeLock or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Every year on 4th of July, my neighbors turn my entire block into a war zone. It is nonstop. It goes all night. I mean, I'm talking 3, 4, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's terrible.
Just nonstop in the middle of the street.
That's
just shooting fireworks everywhere. And absolutely nothing will stop them. They don't care if the entire state will catch on fire. They're going to be out there doing it.
D-bag.
Yeah, they better be cool this year. I don't know if this is one of those years we just drive by and go, you guys have fun.
Yeah. Can you imagine having neighbors like that?
Well, we've been neighbors like that. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do. And I grew up with neighbors like that. And the most interesting thing is when you're driving, you wait for them to light up, but still you are driving over the zone where they just lit up a bunch of stuff, hoping there's no duds that explode while you're driving over them. Yeah.
The other thing, too, is when you let all that stuff off, there's a lot of debris that's left behind. It's your responsibility to clean that up.
It is.
And the funny thing is we are those people. Back in the day, we were. I mean, when I lived next to Code Black, we're taking over the road. We're doing this for the neighborhood, even though they didn't ask.
And even though some of them really don't want it.
Even though they don't want it. But we would warn them, hey, look, we're firing all fireworks until probably 11 o'clock tonight, so just giving you a heads up. You know, it's going to be one of those days. What we didn't tell them, though, we were going to be hammered and kicking over mortars so they shoot down the street. That's what we did not inform them, because at that time we did not know how drunk we would be, and it turned out we were grossly hammered doing that.
Great.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Media is your 3 o'clock keyword. We got a few minutes to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
It's such an interesting time, Jim. You mentioned your wife Tori is in Bozeman, Montana. Woke up, it was 28 degrees. Someone else says in Portland today it's 94. We have our temperature here we're familiar with. Right. But also Colorado, 45. Chris texts in. How drastically different it is.
I told you, and
spots around the country.
And I brought up Bangor, Maine today because I wanted to send my wife, because that's the only other place we know that's like balls cold that we've been, where it's like it gets cold like this, or like in August in the evenings in Bangor, Maine, it's in the high 30s. Like it just changes. They have about 45 days of summer there, like legit summer, where you can go out and go, wow, it's nice and warm today. Other than that, it's not like that. And it was way colder in Bozeman this morning than it was in Maine. Like they're actually going to have a day this week where it's going to be in the mid 70s in Maine, and it's not going to get near the 70s for Bozeman all week.
Oh, and she only brought one jacket.
We get used to having summer-like weather for so long here. You forget there are places around the country. It's 8 weeks, they're lucky if they get 8 weeks.
Oh,
of summer.
Where I grew up, it's like that. It's why it's crazy for me to like be like, John, why are they wearing sweatshirts?
Yeah. But I've also heard that when you go to areas like that where it's normally cold and then it gets hot, it feels hotter. And it's people in New York that say that. Like when you go to New York, remember a couple years back, they had that horrible heat wave that went up there, and it was actually killing people in the Northeast because they don't have ACs. And, those elderly people are in their towers up there, no air conditioning, and it's like 91 in their their apartment, not doing well. And it's just wild to hear that. But it feels like when people tell you about it being hot in New York, it's like way hotter for some reason. But it's wild. I mean, does that city filter the air through there at all?
You get no breeze
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah, it's weird because St. Augustine is actually designed to do that.
Yeah.
And when you go to other cities that are near bodies of water, you would assume maybe that would be taken into consideration, but not the case at all. Anyway, it's hot here. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
All right, so you guys know I get mad about silly stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We count on it at times.
Well, I got mad this morning about something stupid. And it's not, look, here's the thing. When I say mad, I'm not really mad. It's not ruining my day. I just get irritated because it didn't, it didn't kind of fit my...
You run out of milk?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, like that. Like when you go to make that cup of coffee you're waiting for more than anything, and you go into your fridge and there's not enough half and half to make your coffee, and I don't even know how to explain how that anger kind of manifests itself, but let me tell you, it does. It has no problem doing it. Found one this morning. Yeah. And this is the stupidest one of all. You ready for this? And you guys tell me if this is true with you guys. And don't lie to me. I'll know.
I already agree on the coffee one.
I'll lie if I choose.
I'm ripping through Insta today, while I'm doing my toilet stuff, and I'm going through Instagram, right? And
you already finished the Wordle,
right? Yeah. And I happen onto a guy who says these are my favorite Tool songs, right? These are top 10 Tool songs of all time, and the list was complete trash, and I got mad about it. I'm like, how do you leave this song off? How do you leave that song off? This guy has no idea what he's talking about. The thing has like 6,000 views, 6,000 likes, and I'm pissed off. I'm like, how do you put that at number one? That song sucks. I mean, I know that it sucks. Like, none of their songs suck, but I'm like, how is this not on the list? Let me give you an idea. I'll give you an idea. What's Tool's number one song everybody knows?
Sober.
Not on the list. Why does that kind of thing, again, it's not going to ruin my day, but just for about a 3-minute period of time, I was like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Why does stuff like that get on my nerves?
Don't know the answer to that, but I do know a lot of times fans of a band will not like the most popular songs, the ones that are most commercially accepted.
The B-cut theory.
Yeah, because that's like, no, that's, the casual or the casual Tool fan likes that. I'm the real Tool fan.
Yeah,
so I have to dig deeper to find the more obscure stuff.
But it would be like you seeing a guy who's a big Springsteen fan, and he makes these are the greatest Springsteen songs of all time, and Born to Run's not on there.
The guy's an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Tool's Born to Run. It's Sober. It's not even near there. 46 and 2 was number 10. I'm like, this is going to be a terrible list right off rip. I know it's going to be bad. Other people out there have to agree with me on this. Other people have to see people who put these top 10 lists up there, and it's something they like, and when it doesn't fit what they like, they get pissed off about it because you always think that you're the number one fan or the biggest fan.
We see this every time Rolling Stone or Billboard comes out with the top 10 guitarists or the top rock songs of all time. The texting service will agree they're the worst. The texting service will light up and say they're the worst.
They're just contrarians. That's all it is. Like, could you imagine if somebody said, well, here are the best Police songs of all time, and like Synchronicity number 2 or Roxanne wasn't on the list?
Well, if Roxanne's not on the list, that's going to be We Ride at Dawn. Synchronicity was not one of my favorite albums.
Deb's not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan of Synchronicity.
Synchronicity 2 is one of my favorite songs from that band of all time.
Oh, really? Yeah,
no, really?
I'm more Outlandish D'Amour and the earlier albums. Yeah, Zenyatta Mandata when he was going through his divorce.
Yeah. So he could have tantric sex with that chick for hours at the time?
You know, he says that's a rumor.
Yeah. Does he say that? I thought he's the one that invented it.
No, it came from like a Howard Stern interview.
But then he smartly downplays it.
Yeah.
He's not cocky about it. Oh.
This guy's 7 and he can roll for like 3 or 4 hours? Teach me! Teach me! I go straight rabbit. I'm out. All right, 407-916.
Ding. Where's the bell?
Yeah. Is it sexy? Is it sexy when you look at your wife and go, let's do this, baby. I got stuff to do.
How about this? Just do some Irish foreplay. Brace yourself, Bridget.
Brace yourself, Bridget. That's a name that's not used enough. Bridget's a cool name. All right, 407-916-1041.
That's your takeaway.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't want to picture any Irish guy doing anything to any woman ever. All right, we got another keyword for you at the top of the hour. We'll do What You Do That's New next. Stop it. God almighty.
The 2026 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is happening now through May 25th. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
Crews on the scene of an accident, 436 eastbound at Aloma Avenue. 2 left lanes are blocked. Another accident, 436 eastbound. This one between Bear Lake Road and West Brantley. The actual accident is at Campus Loop. 2 left lanes there remain blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm's sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Middle of May, and if you want the easiest way to refresh your home for the summer, call my buddy Raphael at We Paint Everything. Just a week ago, painted my home, came home to it yesterday from my trip. Could not be more pleased. It was great seeing it again. Looked so good, but they did such a great job. I've painted my home in the past, and they did so much better at it than I would have. They didn't cut corners like I would have. They replaced the rotted wood. The trim work is impeccable, and the details. I noticed more stuff just yesterday as I was kind of sweeping out around the house, just seeing what a great job they did. They can do that for you at WePaintEverything.com. It's my buddy Raphael. He can take care of you, but it's more than just exterior painting. They paint everything, including interior, wall and ceiling, trim and detail work, baseboards, crown molding, door frames, you name it, they can paint it. Give Raphael a call. You contact him at WePaintEverything.com. They are a family-owned company. Treat you like family with over 75 years of painting experience. They're based locally in Winter Park. Call them today. The number is 407-657-2000. Or like I said, online at WePaintEverything.com.
Get ready for the ultimate summer festival experience happening on the Space Coast. Merritt Island Fest is back June 6th and 7th at the Merritt Island Veterans Amphitheater. Saturday night, feel the reggae, blues, and Hawaiian soul of Landon McNamara. Then Sunday, the legendary Inner Circle takes the stage. Plus live music, food, vendors, a surf expo, arts and crafts, and so much more. 2 nights, one unforgettable festival. June 6th and 7th. Get your tickets and info at MerrittIslandFest.com. That's MerrittIslandFest.com. Don't miss it. Space Coast, this summer's gonna be good.
Looking for something different to do this month? Come explore the St. Johns River on the St. Johns River Ship. The St. Johns River Ship is packed with unforgettable events on the water, from elegant themed high tea cruises to high energy nights like Rockin' on the River, live shows, and specialty dinner cruises. Celebrate holidays, theme parties, or just enjoy a night out with incredible food, entertainment, and scenic views. Don't miss what's coming up next on the river. Visit stjohnsrivershipco.com. That's stjohnsrivershipco.com.
All right, people, let's move. Sell every vehicle, $99 down at Headquarter Hyundai. Sir, yes, sir. Team 2, I want credit for all. If you've got a job and $99, you ride. Even if your credit's so bad, your nana won't loan you money. Sir, yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I think you might be in the wrong place.
Is this Headquarter Hyundai?
Well, yes, but
were you ordered to sell 300 vehicles before the deadline?
Out
of my way, soldier!
Oh, of course. Sorry, sir. Every vehicle, $99 down. New Tucsons, Elantras, every vehicle, thousands less. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. And America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty with Hyundai Assurance. Can I get anyone a refreshment?
Every vehicle, $99 down.
Headquarter Hyundai! Just off I-4 on Reinhardt Road in Sanford, Lake Mary.
HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Plus tax and tag, visit HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Did you try selling your home and nothing happened? That means it's time for a fresh approach, and you need to contact my friends at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. The Nickley Group works with over 500 active buyers every month and sells a home on average every 7 hours. And with their exclusive marketing plans, the Nickley Group attracts more buyers, which means your home sells faster and for the most money. Guaranteed. Go to thenickley.com or Google the Nickley Group.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nickley.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LIFELOCK. 1-800-LIFELOCK or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, COIN. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Afternoon, Colbert crew. So, Jimmy, I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan, and my friends hate me because I don't have Stairway to Heaven in my top 10. Great song, but every song off Physical Graffiti, to me, my favorite album from them, is above Stairway to Heaven. Just one of those things, but I get your point.
Yeah, dude.
So the Super Bowl is going to be in Nashville this year.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to the hip-hop act they choose for the halftime show. Yeah.
Hey, man, believe it or not, a lot of hip-hop in Tennessee, man. Memphis, Nashville. Atlanta ain't that far away. A lot of hip-hop, buddy. Don't think that hip-hop is like just a cultural, regional thing. It's not like that, dog.
Yeah, and they're playing to the global crowd, not just the Nashville crowd.
As a matter of fact, more so than that, right?
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Coin. Coin. C-O-I-N. That is coin. That is your 4 o'clock keyword, COIN, coin. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance of $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, phone on, phone up, keep it near you, and answer the damn thing when it rings, because that's how they tell you you've won. Coin is the word. Go get it. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new?
Hey!
There's a only new, something new to do. We're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash called Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Until then, every single Tuesday around this time since the inception of the program, one member of the show will choose something for the others to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that. We'll reconvene on that following Tuesday, go over that content, and then pick some new stuff as well. We'll go over Deb's choice now and find out what Jack has to offer here in a sec. Deb?
All right, so I chose a little over an 11-minute video on YouTube about 7 strange experiences that scientists can't explain. So these are 7 experiences that humans, and really, especially when it came to the yawning thing, animals across species all experience, and scientists can't explain why we experience them. One of the first things that started off with was childhood amnesia. Why is it that the building blocks of who we are as people, we can't retrieve those memories? One of my favorites was the doorway effect.
Yeah, that was a new name for something that I know I have experienced. I assume
I have as well, and I did not know it was even had a name. And
I didn't either.
And I got to tell you, the childhood amnesia thing was fascinating to me as well.
So I didn't know what you guys would think, but I thought it was fascinating because it seems collectively this kind of human experience all includes these 7 weird experiences that we all have. It doesn't matter culturally, economically, where you're at.
And they tell you scientists can't explain it, but they kind of put forth the prevailing theory.
Yeah, like a theory of it.
Yeah, which is what I also liked about this video, because it had a little bit of science behind the questions.
They did that all for one except one. Which is amazing when you consider it. That there's no reason to understand why we yawn, or why that. For one thing, why you even do it. Secondly, why it's so contagious. And by the way, it's not just species limited. Like theoretically, you could see a dog yawn and you will yawn, or a dog will see you yawn and will yawn. It is like multiple. It's like a multiple species event. It's crazy.
How many times did you guys yawn watching?
Oh, 5.
I was at least 3 times the second time.
But when he was talking about it, like, I was conscious of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the childhood amnesia thing is fascinating as well. And that theory, basically, and you guys clear me up, I get some of this stuff wrong sometimes, was you can recollect your earliest memories. Like we were just talking about this last week when you were gone, Jack. Like I can remember my kindergarten cubby. I can remember that. I can remember certain things that happened. But you were here.
Because my 4th birthday is as early as I can go.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And for me, it's a little bit before that, but not much before. But what this is saying is that you do have all those memories. The problem is your adult brain doesn't know where to get them. Yeah. It's like, imagine a hallway of doors, endless hallway of doors, and those childhood memories are behind some of those doors. You just don't know how to get to them to open them. And if you did, theoretically, it would just show up clearly in your memory as if something you did yesterday.
The other one that I found for me particularly fascinating was what the brain will do to make sure that you don't record your dreams. And the evolutionary reason why we're not supposed to record our dreams. I was like, wow, so there is... That's active. That's not a passive experience.
So many people talk about their dreams and I never remember. So I thought it was just, me and my bad memory. That is the reason I can't remember dreams. But I watched that and I'm like,
there's a reason why.
And it's even crazier because what they tell you is, like, I dream all the time and I can remember a lot of the stuff I dream, right?
Same here.
So I can wake up from a dream and I can go, oh, wow, that was crazy. And what they say is for the first hour you're awake, you can remember most of it. For like, if you're awake for the next 3 hours, whatever, you kind of lose it. And by the end of the day, you will barely remember what you dreamed about. Like, even as it goes on throughout the day, that will erode away.
And the safety mechanism is so we don't confuse that with reality.
Exactly.
When we're thinking about our memories, when you're remembering things, you're not confusing your dream state with what you really experienced.
Because you can imagine for, ancient man who's out there hunting and gathering, or even for today, you don't want to think that, purple dragons and floating couches actually exist unless you just spend some time with some good friends.
And the one...
It's a bit of a party.
I understand.
Everyone agreed to take that trip.
And the one that Jack has up right now, if you're watching on the YouTube feed, is the one I think is still one of the most fascinating human kind of anomalies that we experience, because this happens to me too often, guys. And I don't know if it's just like I have a mental disability, or I have something wrong with me, or there's...
Apparently, what they claim is that's your brain working.
Yeah, it's your brain, fact-checking yourself in real time.
And what we're talking about is deja vu, the idea of going into a situation and thinking to yourself, man, I've done this before. I've been here before. I've worn this. This has been I've heard this song at this same exact time before. What's going on? I've had it so severe that I have had to stop and kind of like, okay, let's go through the just do a checklist here to make sure I'm like not losing my GD mind.
Yeah.
Because it can be so clear sometimes, but I don't know, man. It's wild. So I haven't had it happen in a while, though.
And what they're saying is that false memory is then that deja vu feeling is your brain kicking in saying, nope, you have not. And that's the reason you have that experience, is because your brain is saying, you have not experienced this before.
And you know what it made me think of, Jimmy? It made me think of this story, and I can't. It was around the time when we were talking about our earliest memories of childhood, because you had told us the story of a young woman who was in a either medically induced coma, but she was in a coma, and she was in that coma for quite a bit of time. And while she was in that comatose state, she'd actually lived the alternate reality of believing she was the mother of 3 children.
Yeah.
And her brain so believed that when she came out of the coma, she actually had to go through grief therapy because she felt like she'd been abandoning these children that she had.
Yeah.
So that part of Deja Vu, when they talked about how your brain could be tricked into thinking something was real and you experienced it when in reality you didn't, made me think of that young woman who actually thought she was the mother of 3 children.
And if you're just tuning in and listening to this is strange experiences people have that scientists cannot explain. If you go to JimColbertLive.com, the master list for What You Do That's New, you can actually click and watch this as well. Only 11 minutes, but every single minute of it is fascinating.
What was the door jam theory? Like the door, was it called the
doorway theory?
Doorway effect? Yeah.
So when you walk into a room and you're standing there and you're like, wait, why did I come in here? But they theorized that your memory stores your memory like experiences in chapters, and when you walk through a doorway, it's the ending of a chapter, beginning of a new one,
which is crazy.
And that's why when you go back into that room, you're more likely to remember what you wanted because it's re-engaging that chapter and those memories.
Which is great because it's the solution to the lifelong problem of what the hell did I come in here for?
And that's what I was just saying. I've never heard a solution of this, but I do this probably 41 times a day. Where I will get up, I will go to another part of my house to get something, I will get into that room, and the funny thing is, I even do it worse. The other day I got up, went into my studio because I'm doing some work in there. I've not been in my studio, I've been working out in the house, and I went in there to get something. It was my laptop charger, and I didn't get my laptop charger. I got my coffee instead. And I walked back out and I sat down. I was like, my damn computer's dying. What's going on? And then I had to tell myself, oh yeah, you were supposed to get the stupid charger.
I did the same thing this morning.
And it's so wild that a doorway or a threshold acts as almost like a barrier to another dimension of the way you think about things. That's bananas.
Isn't it? But to have the solution is that to reopen that chapter, go back through that doorway.
And the unintentional blindness thing I thought was also kind of interesting. And what this is this. It's when you're so hyper-focused on something. It says it like this, like your brain and the way it takes in information isn't like a room lamp, right? It's more like a spotlight. So when you see a spotlight at a show or whatever, that whatever's inside the illumination of that spotlight you can see. But just outside of that, a foot to the left and you can't see anything. A foot to the right or up and down, you can't see anything. That's how your brain processes information. And how they did this thing was, there's a test, and I actually have seen this test, where it's a bunch of people and they're passing a ball around in a circle. And it tells you, watch this ball to see if anybody makes a mistake. So you're intently watching that ball because you've been told, watch if somebody makes a mistake.
Count the passes.
Count the passes, something like that, right? And the entire time you're doing that, somebody walks behind all of this in a gorilla suit, bumping their chest, and they ask people who are taking the test, how many people saw the gorilla that walked through the scene? And only half of them did.
Yeah, and they said it was not because of bad eyesight. Now, what's interesting is I can pass my mom on the road, honk at her and wave, and she will not see me as we're passing each other, like as she's coming home from the grocery store. I'm one of those people that when you drive with me, I'm like, oh, wow, did you see that?
Yeah.
And people are like, how do you see those things?
Yeah, you have that peripheral. I don't have that either. I focus, and if something can happen just to the left of it, and I will not see it. This happens to me all the time. Like all the time. Crazy. Really good piece, by the way.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Good.
Jack,
Glad you guys liked it.
What do you have for us?
Coming back from my trip, it's the one thing I always wish we could have here, but we can't, and that is a subway system. So it's a video on the race to construct the first subway and the engineering that built the world. It's an 8-minute video. It aired on the History Channel, but it's now on YouTube. And that's what we'll watch for next week.
Oh, that's cool.
And that, again, just go to JimColbertLive.com. You'll see the What'd You Do That's New master list. By the way, if it doesn't show on your computer, just go to Load More, and you'll load up the icons, and you'll be able to find it pretty easily. When you click on that, not only do you have all the stuff we've chosen this year, but if you go to the archive, you can actually have that What'd You Do That's New master list going all the way back to the beginning of the show.
Yep.
And if you ever get stuck for content, man, just peruse that thing. There's some really weird, cool stuff in there that we've all chosen over the years. So check that out for sure. All right, let's take a little break. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Clarkson, KLAUSNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
Bye. AI can write jokes. We know when to pause for a laugh. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
Emergency crews working on an accident. State Route 50 westbound. All lanes are closed between Fern Creek Avenue and Mills Avenue. Stop and go on I-4 eastbound between 192 and 535. Also, 436 eastbound, 2 left lanes still blocked between Bear Lake Road and West Lake Brantley. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call does it all.
Dispatch, this is Mindy. Advanced Air Home Services. Coming to terms with a dying AC unit is tough. If you need to replace your AC, visit advancedairandheat.com to schedule your free estimate. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806. Terms and conditions apply.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at theNickLeeGroup.com.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Would you ever consider paying for your new mattress 2 times? It sounds expensive, but that's exactly what happens when you buy from a mainstream mattress store. The manufacturer marks it up, sells it to the retailer, who marks it up again and sells it to you. Because the Original Mattress Factory sells factory direct, the mattress you buy is being sold for the first and only time, providing real value. Don't buy your mattress twice. Visit the Original Mattress Factory today.
Hey, it's the News Junkie, and I don't need to be an attorney to tell you distracted driving is bad. Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt sees the aftermath every day, and it's awful. Do me a favor, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and keep it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here. Now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Now at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now, and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LIFELOCK. 1-800-LIFELOCK or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm Michelle McPhee, and in my new podcast, Kingdom of Fraud, I'm unraveling the strangest criminal alliance I've ever reported on. A polygamist from Utah and an LA Armenian businessman.
$1 billion fraud.
But how long can this alliance last?
Is somebody coming after me?
Search Kingdom of Fraud on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey there, Colbert Show. Just want to give you all a heads up. If anyone is planning on participating in the bike drive at Christmas this year, Target stores have bicycles 40% off right now. So I went ahead and bought one, and I'm putting it back for donating at Christmas time.
Oh, how
so
sweet.
That's a little money-saving tip for you. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
That's a great tip.
Isn't that a great tip?
Yeah.
Yawning is easy to understand when you understand that where our ears are used to be gills, and we used to be fish. And then there's high oxygen and low oxygen environments. The first fish in line would gulp for air with their mouth to pass water through, and then all the other fish would follow. That's yawning, and we all do it.
I had no idea that's yawning.
You believe that?
Here's one more.
Hi, everybody. It's Kate.
Hey, Kate.
I have deja vu a lot, sometimes multiple times during the week. But how do I know that it's not real? Is that I don't wear pants because it's just too cumbersome. And sometimes I'll see myself in the deja vu moment, and there I am in pants. And I'm like, nope, this is deja vu.
Wow. When wearing pants has to tell you when it's reality or not. You okay, Jimmy?
What an interesting batch of talkbacks. Thank you.
We have
you,
the best
everyone who sends
audience.
them.
We have the best audience.
I'm trying to figure out what she looks like based on the call. I'm trying to figure out like what she looks like. You think she's very small? You think she's big? You
It
think
could be
she's...
dresses. You know, she just wears dresses instead of pants.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1. Coin is your 4 o'clock keyword. That's COIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Wow.
What?
Someone says you, and by the way, Jim looks great in the pink shirt.
I thanked him or her for that wonderful comment.
Wow.
It was very nice of them. I never get compliments, so I appreciate that.
Aw.
I mean, it's fine. I don't need them. I'm just saying it's nice when somebody says, hey, look, you look good in that collar. I tell people that stuff all the time. It's the smallest little thing you can do to make somebody's day.
I agree.
It is. Yep. Hey, the color looks really good on you. And I just said that to somebody the other day. And it just absolutely makes people perk up like crazy.
And then if you say it to a female at work, then you're like, oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, that's an HR issue.
Yeah.
No, as someone who's lived that, I can tell you there's a few more words that need to be included with that color looks great on you.
Yeah.
But to really make it an issue,
it looks off. But it looks better off of you.
Yeah,
there you go.
Can I see that?
Like to see it crumpled on my floor.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I saw this story
Get over here, girl.
on Reddit today, and it happens to be Jesus, Jack, and it happens to be our question of the day. All right, so
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. It's funny. I know yours because I see it every single day. I think I kind of know Jack's as well, but I want to find out what the audience does. Where do you think most people eat lunch every day?
Oh, I'm going to say their desk.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, definitely for me.
I would tell
Without a
you.
doubt.
I would tell you for me. No question. There are two places I eat lunch normally. Maybe once a week I'll make lunch at the house because we'll have like HelloFreshes that need to be cooked that we didn't get to because we went out to eat or whatever. So I'll occasionally actually make myself lunch. But 90% of the time it's either driving in my truck or it's sitting right here where I'm sitting right now, like I did today when I had my salad here. And I know, Deb, it's almost 100% for you right there in front of that computer. And Jack, it's almost 100% at your desk eating leftovers out of some miscellaneous Tupperware that you're microwaving microplastics into your lungs.
No, I've gotten better. I don't heat it in the plastic.
Yeah.
Specifically for that. But if it is not the desk here, it would be my desk at home.
It would be at home.
I could sit right at the table, but I'm like, no, but if I put it right in front of my keyboard, I can still get some emails.
I am not comfortable sitting anywhere else to eat my lunch because that's the time I could be working.
It's so wild. The story is this. The guy it was a Reddit story, and he said you wouldn't. Now let me ask you a question before I get into this. It wouldn't for us. It doesn't matter because we understand each other's realities. In other words, I realize Jack has a lot going on because of his responsibilities outside of the show. So eating
and the show and the station
and stuff. That's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of responsibilities outside of just doing the radio show. So I know for a fact you eat at your desk for time, and you eat while you're working, right?
Yeah.
Saint. Now,
You're Bob the Builder.
I will pull the show and kind of finalize what we're going to talk about while I'm having my lunch because I usually already have it when I come here, but most of the time I'm just kind of going over to reading the details to make sure that when I talk about the story, I get as much wrong as possible so the texting service can drag my balls.
It gives them a hobby.
And for you, I know for a fact, you work while you're pulling the news while you're reading your eating your lunch.
To me, it's just a waste of time to go and sit somewhere else. That's 20 minutes that
I'm so glad you said that.
Because it's true. I mean, I've admonished
not true.
myself, but I know it's not.
It's not true, and this is exactly what this guy says. This guy works in an office setting. Imagine our sales pit over there absolutely full all the time, right? And everybody usually eats at their desk because of the demands of this particular company this guy worked for. Kind of says he gets a 30-minute break for lunch and he gets another 30-minute break throughout the day, which I think most companies kind of do now. They'll give you an hour total, and most people that I know take them in 2 30-minute increments. They'll do 30 minutes for lunch, and then like around 3:30 or something, or 3 o'clock or whatever, they'll go and they'll have another smoke break and read their phone or do whatever, and then come back and finish out their day. This guy was talking about how he started leaving his desk to go, instead of eating his lunch at his desk, he took his lunch outside and ate it at a picnic table, kind of like what we have out here, and just enjoyed being outside for a minute. And he said the visceral hate that he got from people, even though it was well within the confines of the time that he was allotted to have his lunch, was amazing. Like, it's the culture of working through eating has become so much that people they will literally rag your ass because you're not at your desk working while you're having your lunch. And he said that he had actually people going, wow, I wish I had that kind of time for myself. Or it must be nice to be able to just go and do whatever you want for lunch. And he said, look, this is he did his timer on his clock. He said, this is exactly how long I've been gone. 28 minutes and 30 seconds. And you say I've been out all day wandering around. Same time. It's just I'm not at my desk working. He decided to kind of rule that out of his life.
Oh, he took a whole 28 minutes.
Yeah, but he didn't do it at his desk. His whole thing was he felt like he never left his desk. He felt like his scenery never changed, and he wanted to bring an end to it. So he just started taking his lunch elsewhere, and because the culture was so that people started ragging on him about it.
About once a month, like if I forget lunch, we don't have leftovers or whatever, and I have to get it here, I will walk to the building next door. I'll get a sandwich, and I will actually sit there and eat they have a water feature. It's a lobby, not too dissimilar from our building, but they have a water feature over there, and then the plants and just that water running and stuff. It's just kind of a more of a zen environment.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'll spend 15, 20 minutes just like there, and then it's like, okay, gotta go.
Dude, inevitably, when I walk into the building, it's usually 12:30, something like that, 1:45 when I get here, right? And there are people in our atrium down there using those tables, like our mailmen.
Yeah.
The FedEx guys.
I love that.
They stop and they have their lunch in our building because it's got a beautiful atrium down there. It's well air conditioned. There's some foliage down there you can check out.
I feel so bad.
Water feature. We need a water feature.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, well, be careful when you ask for water features, because someone just texted us at 77031 sharing that they eat their lunch on a golf cart next to a waste treatment plant.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. If the smell ain't right, it's hard to eat.
Yeah.
That needs to go on a T-shirt.
But it's so funny because I remember when I was even younger and I was in a blue collar, I was running printing presses when I first moved to Orlando. And I was working for a little place down on East Colonial Drive, right? This would have been like 88, 89. And I remember even in that blue collar, going to work every day, getting ink all over your plate, that lunch was a gigantic deal. Like everybody reveled in taking that hour off. And for us, it was as much for the food as it was just for the camaraderie. Because there's only 3 or 4 people in this entire company, and we all kind of got along quite well. The boss was a golfer. I played golf. He was interested in cars as well as I was interested in cars in the day. And we would have these great conversations. And when we went back to work, you felt a little recharge. You got some food. You had a little time to kind of hang out. Sometimes
you got a break from the office.
Sometimes we'd get back early because we had a ping pong table at the print shop, and we would pull out the ping pong table and play for 15, 20 minutes or something. It was absolutely wonderful. Man, I couldn't imagine that anywhere right now. I just think most people work through their lunch now. I'm looking over the texting service, and it's almost every other text is car.
By the way, the question we have, it's posted, it's in our YouTube chat. Just go to realradio.fm/watch. That's our YouTube channel available right there. And you can always take part in the poll. We put up a question every day.
And we get the totals at the end of the show.
It's interesting, the cultural difference, right?
Yeah.
Someone also just texted us at 77031. I used to work for French managers, and they used to get mad at me for eating standing up in my restaurant and not actually breaking.
Wow. And in the Spanish communities, in the Hispanic communities, isn't that a big thing? You because they work so, I almost said the F word. They work so hard that when lunchtime comes, they have no problem finding some shade.
Well, that's a siesta, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting though is that I didn't know that in Puerto Rico they don't do siesta.
Oh, I didn't
so
know.
Where my mother is from, Colombia, they do siesta. That was the one time of the day that I was guaranteed to get to see the most time with my grandfather, because he would come home from his job. From noon to 3 was the break. Kids come home from school. It's the biggest meal of the day. Everyone gathers around the table. You eat a huge lunch. You might take a nap. You might sit and read. You might take a walk. Then the kids go back to the classroom. Everyone else goes back to the office. You get home about 7 o'clock at night, 7:30, and that's when you have maybe a little coffee, a little piece of bread, and that's dinner.
Wow, man, that's so crazy. So when I grew up in Palaca, my uncles all worked at factories and stuff. One of them worked for Florida Furniture. The other one was a welder. The one looked at the pulp mill up there. But every single time at lunch, they would all leave their jobs and come home, and my grandmother would make a big lunch for everybody. They'd hang out for an hour. They'd talk. They'd have a glass of tea.
See, it's Southern siesta.
And then they would go back to work. I thought that was the norm, and I moved down here, this beehive, and nobody does anything. Nobody takes a break. Nobody chills out. It's grind through all the breaks, and it just seems crazy. That's the norm now. People eating in their cars, or
and it's not good for us.
You're eating while you're walking to another appointment. It's terrible for you.
And we feel we have to be more efficient because we always prove ourselves there and always get more done. But I think having that bigger meal in the middle of the day when you have more time to kind of burn that off, and then the light meal at night, I think probably a healthier model.
It was, because you never went to bed overstuffed because you ate too much for dinner. That meal came at noon.
Yeah.
And it was always a treat because, that midday visit. But that was a Southern siesta. But that really was kind of think about it. The dinner around the family table doesn't really exist anymore.
It really does. Not that I know of.
That we grew up with.
Well, some of the parents don't even get home till 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
Then someone in the family is tasked to make dinner. And, I remember when all of our guys were home, we had 4 of us at the house. Everybody's an athlete. I was lucky because I was on the morning show at that time, and I could make dinner for everybody. So when my wife got home, it was just like dinner was ready to go, and we could spend the rest of the evening, doing that. But now that I'm on this shift, I don't get home till 7:30 at night. My wife sometimes doesn't get home till 7:30 at night. We'll cook and eat dinner. Next thing you know, it's 9. I'm like, okay, time for bed. I guess that's the day. There we go. Off we go.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It just seems like, the guy that was on Reddit, he goes, I just decided to take this 30 minutes and go do something on my own and get out of that environment. And he said it's just like changed the way he looks at work. He looks forward to going back to his desk. He looks forward to getting back in work, and I guess that's just the thing. It's almost like a clearing the cache kind of thing,
Yeah.
What was
mentally, he's probably better off for it.
Yeah, what was the manuscript in the documentary, The Shining, all work, no play?
Makes Jack a dull boy.
Makes Jack a dull boy.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does point to that we're not machines, and that break is good, not just for us, but it's also good for our job. I will say those words, but tomorrow you try and make me eat my lunch anywhere other than in front of the computer, we're going to throw down.
But that's why when we hear about the big campuses out there for the big tech companies, Google and Apple and such, and we learn and hear about these guys installing like game rooms or nap rooms and healthy choices in their cafes so that people can get time, sleeping pods so that if you want to grab a nap, and look, I'm completely guilty of that. Deb will tell you, I come in here, I've got like a thing. I'll come in here, I'll eat a big lunch, I'll make sure the show's done around 2:30. I'll throw my feet up on this desk and I'll try to take a 15 or 20 minute nap, and there's nothing in the world like it. It is a complete game changer. It doesn't sound like that. It's way worse. I feel bad. I sleep guilt because I'm snoring and I'm like, this has got to be killing her, but I'm not stopping.
Oh, it's great though is when you just wait because you know eventually you're going to snore yourself awake. Those are the best.
And the best thing is I snore myself awake and I immediately look at you to see if you've seen it. And then I see you faking like you ain't seen it, and I see you fake not laughing. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
You're right. Next time I'm just going to take video and laugh.
Yeah, sure thing. But if you go to stop it. If you go to Jim Corporate Live, this is Jack.
This is Jack.
This sounds like a movie clip. This sounds like something made in a studio.
This is literal, and this is not Jack faking it.
No, this was me. My wife recorded me really sorry before I started wearing that mouthpiece that kind of reduces the snoring.
Yeah. I'm getting so jealous.
Ladies, aren't you?
Yeah,
you lucky to dodge that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why did that make me sleepy?
Sorry, girls. He is taken. All right. Yeah, like
that's why they make earplugs.
And at home, how many of you guys actually eat at your dining room table?
Oh no, we eat like proper Americans on your lap in front of the TV.
For dinner, I will eat at the dining room table, but I'm eating solo. My wife sometimes will wait, but
do you really?
Yeah, if she's hungry and she's eating, then like while she's cooking, she'll eat.
Yeah.
But sometimes she'll wait for me.
We have to have like a minimum of people to eat at the table. We got to have more than like 5 or 6 people at the house to actually use the dining room table.
Where do you eat?
Yeah, it's a coffee table in front of the kitchen or in front of the couch.
Yeah,
and it's it's big enough that my wife and myself can eat, and somebody on the other end can eat, and then somebody sits on the floor. We just did it this past weekend. It's the greatest. and I'll tell you what else my wife just got. How many people in our audience do you think have TV trays still? Dude, my wife just bought some antique TV trays. You guys have them, really?
Oh, yeah.
It's not a TV tray, but it's like a little table that you can slide. Oh, I love that damn thing.
The old school metal one.
Right, where you had to pinch your finger.
It's like that Beechwood one.
That's what we got.
It's a rack with 4 of them on it. Yeah, and I used to use them all the time for poker night so everyone could put drinks elsewhere than the poker table.
My wife just bought some at an antique store for the house, and she kind of pledged them all up so they look nice. Man, I got to tell you, there ain't nothing like that. You talk about bringing back memories.
Oh, it's the best. We have one. And I was...
That's a weird take.
It is, but my mom was like, hey, I don't really use this table. Could you use it? I'm like, yeah, let me just put it on the side of the couch. And now we fight over it.
Really?
So I'm like, we've got to get some more of these TV tables because they're so convenient.
And listen, man, she got lucky because we've found sets of these things before, but if you get the antique ones, they are not cheap. They're not giving that away, dude.
Oh, I wouldn't imagine so.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is coin. COIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
You never know just how you look through other people's
our classic alternative.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We're watching a few showers and thunderstorms for the remainder of our Tuesday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. With that strong east to west flow across the peninsula, most of these will be focused west of the Orlando metro, but we'll still see a couple isolated around Orlando through the remainder of the day. A couple could produce some heavy rain and some gusty wind. Through the overnight, these will fade away for the most part, but we could still see a spotty shower storm. Temperatures fall back into the low to mid 70s. It'll be muggy. We do it all over again for our hump day, expecting highs to top out around 90. Feels like temps in the mid to upper 90s with a few showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm's sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It has been 3 years since the launch of Life Imaging right here in Orlando. Couldn't be more proud to celebrate this milestone with these guys. In just 3 years, this team has seen over 28,000 patients and saved between 400 and 500 lives with early detection. And check this out, 80% of their visitors leave with no issues whatsoever. It's that peace of mind that comes along with this free heart scan. Really has been an amazing time changing lives in Central Florida for these guys, and they can do the same thing for you. No Mother's Day just kind of rolled by. Remember that time sitting around with mom, enjoying that wonderful experience? As many of those as you could possibly get into your life is what you want to do, and Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can help you do that. Remember, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and guys, there are no dyes, no injections. You don't have to take your clothes off, none of that stuff. And as a matter of fact, the entire thing only takes a few minutes, and that's the same for their cancer screening as well. And when you consider that 1 out of 3 people in this country will die of heart disease, and a lot of those cases you will get no symptoms, man, this is a complete no-brainer. So don't wait. Do what I did. Get this scan now. And it's easy to make your appointment. Just simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. These guys will connect you in seconds. Make this the year that you finally take control of your long-term health care. And please, while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. It's Life Imaging FLA.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
You still have time to take advantage of the Solar Source Price Rewind event. That is Solar Source, the longest and most experienced solar provider in Central Florida. They've been doing it since 1984, and they roll back their prices to pre-2020 solar pricing for their Price Rewind event. And you get to lock in the best solar prices in years. So if you go to solarsource.com, you can get a quote today. Over 75,000 systems installed since the 80s. They offer an industry-leading 25-year warranty. And with solar, I've been telling you for years how much I've been saving. I've had it 13 years now, been saving thousands and thousands of dollars. Wouldn't it be nice to get a power bill that doesn't make you want to pass out when you read it? They are trusted by NASA, Disney, Legoland, and more. They are solarsource.com. Tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you for exclusive savings.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes and get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request. Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Eligibility and results may vary. You only get one shot at your child's first impression of the dentist. At Sage Dental Kids, we like to make sure it's a good one. Our pediatric dentists choose to work exclusively with kids, from infancy through the teen years. They have advanced training focused on children's unique needs, fears, and personalities. Whether your child has the wiggles or the worries, Sage knows how to make your child's checkups calm, comfortable, and stress-free. Sage Dental Kids' mission is simple: create a positive foundation for a lifetime of healthy smiles. Using the latest innovations in a kid-friendly environment, we make every visit something your child can feel good about. We accept most major insurance. No insurance? No problem. With Sage Care Plus plan, you can save up to 65% on everyday and specialty dentistry. Same day and next day appointments are available. Call 800-545-3399. 800-545-3399. That's 800-545-3399. Sage Dental Kids, leading with innovation, centered on your care.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
So, craziest python hunt story I have is I was living down in Miami and I was driving down to Largo and I hit something and I got out of my car and it was just covered in blood and I was like, what the hell was that? Went back, it was a python, called FWC because I was worried I was going to get in trouble. Showed up, guy looked it over, handed me a check for $100. So, hey man, get them while you can get them.
That's right.
Hey, JC and Posse. Back when I was young and pretty, we drove down to Denver to watch a football game. It was the inaugural game of the Golden Nuggets. If you don't recognize them, yeah, they were that good. Midway through, we had to leave because of the snow, or we wouldn't get through a Vail Pass. This was June 10th. Keep the rubber side down, y'all.
That's right.
Wow.
You know, I've been used to younger kids of my friends calling me Mr. Jeff or my wife Miss Patty.
Same.
But now I'm starting to notice that adults are referring to us that way.
Oh, no.
Not good.
And am I getting close to the time where I'm supposed to be yelling at people to stay off my lawn?
Yeah. And you should be watering it while you're yelling it. Your 4 o'clock keyword in about 5 minutes or so is coin, COIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. We'll have a freshie for you at the top of the hour. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here.
Yeah, I was going to say, to really get into the old person mode, you're going to want to start paying a lot more attention to the weather.
Yeah. You're going to need some black socks that go up to your knees, and then you're going to stick those black socks
in sandals
into Tevas.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, and you need to tuck in all of your shirts into your cargo shorts, and of course you want to secure that with a like a little knapsack thing that you carry stuff around. You want to wear a lot of sunscreen and a bucket hat of some sort. That's what you want to do, and then just be mad. Just be mad and look unshorn at all times. All that works. Do
you give lessons in this?
Yeah. I've actually got a class, a little podcast called "Get Off My Goddamn Lawn," and you can find it on you can find it on
the iHeartRadio app, wherever
app.
podcasts are covered.
All right, so it's Memorial Day weekend's coming up, and it's just kind of a service announcement because we only have a little short segment here. But I saw Trooper Steve today.
Your man crush, Trooper Steve. You're so handsome. Will you pull me over? I don't have a tailgate. That's got to be illegal.
That sounds very suggestive. Hey, Steve, you want to come over here? I don't have a, and then I do air quotes, tailgate. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Nothing blocking us, Steve. Come on over. Stop. No border walls here, buddy. Come on over. Completely fine.
I've got your express lane. Get your express lane right over her.
That's right. No tolls for you, big dog. Slide treated like a hurricane. Anyway. The reason I bring this up is during Memorial Day weekend, he will give some pointers and tips about things you probably should not do. And I thought this one was worthy of saying.
Oh, man.
What?
Is this going to be sad? Is this going to make us sad?
No, it's not sad at all. Actually, it's just a heads up because here's the thing. If you're on Memorial Day weekend, you definitely don't need to drink and drive at all.
Oh.
Like I'm saying even one beer. There'll be checkpoints everywhere, all the hot spots, so don't get caught in a scenario where you're driving by yourself, you're coming home from a party, you've had a couple beers, and next thing you know, there's no way to turn around because guess what happens when you turn around? They're coming to get you. But this was another one, right? So you have to also understand, if and I'm not trying to say this to make it sound nefarious, but it's like having that tail light out or that tag light out, and you inevitably get pulled over and you're riding dirty. And what was a tag light issue, which is a $15 part, turns into a trip to the gray bar,
right?
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. It's click it or ticket weekend.
Oh, that means you better be wearing your seatbelt.
It's click it or ticket weekend. So what's happening is there is an initiative out there, I guess, with officers to pay attention to people who are driving without their seatbelts. And I think, as he puts it here, that's kind of across all platforms, whether it be city cops, county cops, state troopers. They're all kind of looking for people riding without their seatbelts.
I was just 2 days ago driving in Jersey, saw the sign, and I'm marveling. Wait, are people still driving without their seatbelts? In modern cars, it'll scream. My car will be so annoying. You cannot drive without it.
Unbearable.
Because, the sound is, you have to make it stop.
And you can't go 100 feet. The minute you put the car in drive and you get over like 8 miles an hour, it just starts lighting up.
Yeah.
So I agree with that as well. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll put their seatbelt on, they'll click it, and then they sit on top of the seatbelt. Right. And that's a big no-no because they're gonna see you, and the last thing you want is to get pulled over for a seatbelt infraction and have something else go wrong, right?
The other thing to remind folks about too is that move over law. They're getting a lot more aggressive about enforcing that law.
I got pulled over for that once.
Did you really?
It's funny. My daughter was in the car, and I explained to her. I said, "Look, they're pulled over. We have to move over." And I moved over, and then got past him and moved back. But in me moving over, I only went halfway into that lane. I didn't go fully into that lane. So then he pulled me over. And we really did teach a lesson to my daughter that day.
Oh, man.
On how to move over properly.
It says this week is all about vehicle restraints as law enforcement agencies across Florida ramp up enforcement for the national Click It or Ticket campaign. The goal is simple. It says remind drivers and passengers just how important it is to buckle up every single trip. And they go back to this thing, the reality is that many deadly car crashes happen like a couple miles from your house. So
Yeah.
just when you think you're going to run out to the store to grab something, no need to put on my seatbelt because it's in the neighborhood. Remember, the stats do not support that mentality.
And make sure your backseat passengers are buckled up as well, because as we learned from the Princess Diana wreck, she may have survived that accident had she been wearing her seatbelt in the back seat. But so often when you're sitting in the back, you think the driver and passenger seats will stop any impact.
Yeah.
You don't need to wear your seatbelt back there.
And another thing, too, is we talk about the drinking and driving. I mean, you could be a very responsible driver and not doing anything stupid. The problem is you don't know what everybody else on the road is doing either. So that's why you need to make sure that everybody in your car is secure and your seatbelt is locked in. You got to do that.
There's just too many options.
And look, Trooper Steve is so handsome. Why would you not pay attention to him?
Because we know you are.
Good-looking people have a bigger impact in delivering value, mother.
Keep going, Jimmy. How does he make you feel?
I call him Super Steve, not Trooper Steve.
Really? Is he a super speeder?
Yeah, Pooper.
Or is he a super trooper?
Yeah, Super Pooper.
Oh.
Really?
No, stop. Get out of here with that.
You're the one who called him a super pooper.
No, I didn't say that. I said he's got one. All right. Come back. So gross. He doesn't deserve it, but he's getting it anyway.
That's what every guy says.
407-916-1041. Text us at 770-301. Can we agree the voucher program is not really our favorite thing?
No, it is not.
For schools, we see schools losing teachers. We see them shutting schools down to compress schools into different grades, filling up classrooms. And this is a big problem statewide. And actually, there are a number of states dealing with this, losing their students to voucher students. And they really don't know what to do. Like you and I mean, all of us here really have kind of marveled at how this is happening and what they can do to stop it, because the state's kind of behind it, right?
Very much behind it. They're the one pushing it.
Orange County has an idea. Ooh. And I got to tell you, I think they're onto something. This is brilliant. And I got to tell you, I find it very odd that the states and the counties have to work against the state to do stuff like this. And I wonder how the state will respond, because this is brilliant. I'll tell you what it is next.
Merritt Island Fest, featuring Landon McNamara and Inner Circle, June 6th and 7th. Details at merrittislandfest.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law, clausmanlaw.com.
Crew still dealing with a couple of accidents. I-4 westbound before Central Florida Parkway. Right shoulder there is blocked, and I-4 westbound at the beach line, also shoulder blocked there. Tapping the brakes, I-4 eastbound between Cayley Street and South Street. An earlier accident, State Route 50 westbound between Fern Creek and Mills, has been cleared, just some residual delays there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer. When you shop for locally grown fruits and vegetables, look for the Fresh from Florida logo. It's a sign of local pride, peak freshness, and quality you can trust. That little logo, it's a big deal.
If you're in the market to buy a new home, make sure you have the best expert as part of your team, and that expert is that mortgage guy, Don. Here's one reason why. One recent study found that less than 20% of us compare that first mortgage quote that we get, but what you really want is peace of mind. So all you have to do is go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. Literally, that's it. That mortgage guy, Don, is going to review it and tell you if it's any good, and better yet, you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. It's peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Join the Monsters in the Morning for a one-of-a-kind live event. Monsters Live at Night. Presented by Just Call Mo and Mills Air. June 5th at the historic Mount Dora Music Hall.
It's an uncensored monster experience you can't hear on the radio or watch on YouTube.
This special live show features outrageous stories, surprise guests, wild stunts, and answers to your uncensored questions with absolutely no recording allowed. If you want to experience experience it, you have to be there. Special guest house band Bad Santa and the Angry Elves, plus the pre-show selfie meet and greet, featuring your favorite members of the Monster Universe, including Jeff Howell performing live in the lobby during the meet and greet. This is your chance to see the monsters completely unleashed, raw, unpredictable, hilarious, and totally uncensored. One night only, July 5th, Mount Dora Music Hall. Doors open at 6 p.m. Details and tickets at realradio.fm/night.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery, brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
What does your ex and traffic have in common? Both can hold you back. At TK Law, they help you move forward with confidence and a plan for your future. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Hey y'all, it's me, Savannah, and Gatorland's 77th birthday is coming in hot. So join us for Gator Palooza. Monsters in the Morning live on Friday, May 29th. Florida Man Challenge Saturday, May 30th. And the Dunk Tank Competition May 31st on Sunday. Live music, DJs, food, giveaways, and best of all, Florida residents get half off. Come celebrate Gatorland's birthday with us at Gator Palooza. Laugh and make some memories.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Adding great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at CrushYard.com.
Dan Dennis here. Look, I don't need an attorney to tell you distracted driving is bad. Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt sees the aftermath every single day, and it's awful. So do me a favor. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and keep it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Just call Mo.com.
At International Diamond Center, diamonds always take center stage. But you won't believe the new collection of rare colored gemstones they have now.
When you see the color that we've procured and the collections that we've put together, it's going to blow you away.
IDC's Brian LeClaire.
Stones like a Paraíba from Brazil, extremely rare and hard to find, but the stone just absolutely pops and talks. It's got that beautiful ocean color.
Sapphires? Yes, IDC has them. Emeralds and rubies too, but so much more.
One-of-a-kind Saverites. Beautiful, vibrant green color. Red spinel from Burma. Unbelievable pigeon blood red color. Aquamarines, Santa Maria color.
Are you looking to add some color with fashion jewelry or even an engagement ring? IDC invites you to a whole new world of exquisite choices.
What we've really focused on is making sure that we are finding the most rare, spectacular gemstones.
Discover unique and rare precious gemstones and add some color to your life at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
Breaking news, Memorial Day is coming early. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, RC is on site in DeLand.
Jan, these folks know how to party. It's Memorial Month with special incentives now through Memorial Day at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Memorial Day savings all month long. Look at this happy customer.
I was buried in my trade. I had like 20 payments left, but you got me out, RC. Woohoo!
That's right, I'm paying $3,000, $4,000, even $6,000 more for your trade. And what about you?
Well, I saved a heap of cash. Got a new Outlander, only $349 a month.
And Outlander SUVs receive the highest IIHS safety rating. Plus, get 0% financing for 72 months.
They got 200 certified pre-owned, many under 20 grand.
RC got me approved with a local credit union. Yeah, I got a low rate, too.
It's Memorial Month. New Outlander SUVs, all the tech, third row seating, and a lifetime warranty.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand.
Just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Offers plus tax tag entitled to qualified buyers.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing?
Search gym members and join our group.
Alright, it's Cowboy. I got a deja vu for you. When I used to ride bulls, I'd show up to a rodeo and kind of already knew what bull I was going to end up getting on. And sure enough, I'd walk over to the hat, pull a number out. It'd be the bull I thought. I'd look at everybody and be like, all right, 2 and to the right. And I'm going to put my foot to him. Sure enough, that bull would go out there and 2 and to the right. And I'd spur his butt down.
Hey, yeah, how y'all doing? Love you.
Thank you,
know
bro.
what I'm saying, all that good stuff.
Thank you, buddy.
I was just letting you know about my daughter who works at a place, and they have a game room and a sleep room for their break times. And like the sleep room, you cannot disturb anybody, you cannot make noise. And then the game room's on the other side of the building. It's crazy. And this is a big company in Orlando.
Damn.
Well, we've
Colbert, you are out of your mind.
Uh-oh.
That's why I like you. You're not nice by any means, but apparently I like you, and I'm not nice by any means.
Aw, you made a friend.
Is that real?
I think so.
All right. All right.
But he likes you.
Sounds like something that haunts a ghost town. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Fun, guys. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Go get that cash. It's waiting for you right now. Had a winner at 2 o'clock today.
Yeah.
How about that? News Junkie checking in with a winner. How about that?
Ooh, Crystal in Orange City.
All right.
Congratulations.
It's primed and ready to go. Go get that money. Fun is the word, guys. That's your 5 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
All right, so when I read this story to you, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit, because although the story I'm going to read is about a group of people that probably you're not going to think, okay, well, that's going to solve the problem. But at the end of the story here, this is a Sentinel story, by the way, it kind of tells you exactly kind of where they are focusing, maybe going with this program. So, matter of fact, an Orange County school teacher just checked in and said that she heard that the voucher will give a family $10,000 per student per year to use that money to go to a private school or school of your choice. And, of course, I don't think it's good for our community. A lot of people do out there believe that. Matter of fact, the guy says, I like the idea of school choice. My daughter was bused to a failing school in Sanford because she is white, while a mixed-race neighbor got to attend an A school. We had no choice, and my daughter suffered. Now, that's a mentality that comes in as well, that a lot of people will use to justify the idea of a voucher program to put their kids where they want, whatever the case may be, whatever, right? I've heard also in this story, they even mention it, that there are a number of people out there who have kids, and they want their kids to be in an environment where religion is part of the curriculum, right? That's obviously a public school no-no, so that is definitely not going to happen there. So they get that $10K, and they can go over to Bishop Moore or wherever they feel necessary to go to school there, right? And Orange County's having a big problem with this, because a lot of people are taking advantage of that, and they're putting their kids in private schools and then maybe supplementing the amount that the voucher doesn't cover. And I think for some schools, that's probably going to work. It ain't going to work at Bishop Moore, because that's like going to college.
Right.
Or Lake Island Prep or any of those
The
places.
cost is just too
there's like
expensive,
40 grand a year to go there or something like that as a high school or middle school student, whatever the case may be. So what you guys are doing is they're launching a thing called a micro school. Now, at front, this is for elementary kids, but they already mentioned about bringing this up to middle school kids and into high school kids. And they're using one caveat that a lot of these private schools that get voucher programs can't offer. Now, some of them can, we know for a fact Bishop Moore could do this. Lake Highland Prep can do this. Like Masters Academy, they can do this. But again, these are places these are the elite, religious or Christian schools, Catholic schools in Orlando, and they are tens of thousands of dollars a year. So even with a voucher, the parent's still going to have to come up with some significant funds to make sure your kid is going to be in that school, right? What do you think they're using as a lure?
An additional voucher to heaven.
That's funny. No.
Automatically you get in.
Yeah, what do you think?
No matter what you do.
I got to imagine it has something to do with a sports program.
It's exactly what it is.
Because that's the one thing vouchers and charter schools don't offer.
That's exactly what it is. Orange County is starting a micro school system that focuses on baseball and softball players. Now, at a very young age, it sounds silly because we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds going to elementary school, but they're already seeing great success with this. Now, they also have some pushback as well, but they already think, well, if this works in this program, maybe we can use this going into high school and middle school, because the one thing that voucher programs do not offer is if your kid's an athlete, they're never going to be able to play at that high level against other players or people that can get that skill set to get them to that next level. And I actually don't even know if some of those voucher programs have placement programs into colleges when it comes to athletics, because you're not really playing against anybody of value. You may have like a recreational league that you're playing in, or maybe from school to school, but you're playing in less than 1A talent.
So I know if you're some school zones, if you are homeschooled, you are still allowed to take part in the sports and extracurricular programs in the public school system.
They do mention that in one of these counties. They mention that as well. That yes, that can happen. But the one lady said that she takes the $10,000 and then homeschools her kid, which I did not know that you could do that. I didn't know that you could take a $10,000 check from the county and then homeschool your kid and then consider that to be the cost of homeschooling.
For me, I get wanting to have.
Go ahead.
I get wanting to have an option for your children's education, right?
Yes.
Completely understand that. My parents had to pay out. My mother had to pay for us to go to parochial schools.
Yes.
So my issue is have all the choice that you want. Just don't use my tax dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, because constitutionally, we're supposed to fund a public school system.
Right.
And this is decimating the public school system. So
it's defunding it.
It's defunding it and it's decimating it. These children are, I've heard one of the local programs had like a public affairs show on Saturday, talked about how his daughter's science class had like a fill-in teacher for weeks, if not months, before they were able to find a qualified teacher to teach the class. You should have all the choice that you want. Just use your own damn money to do it.
And the regulation is always an issue there as well.
They're not accredited. All these checks and balances we have to make sure that public school students are learning. We have none of those checks and balances in place for these charter schools.
Exactly. Yeah. And it says here, offering this new micro school system will help lure back families who have opted for private schools or homeschooling in the recent years, because some of these people want to play these sports, and it's focusing toward that. A small school for baseball and softball aims to enroll fewer than 50 students in grades 3 to 6, and much like traditional public school, but with baseball and softball practices taking the place of electives. Because somebody at the end of the story says, well, I don't want it to be all sports focused or anything like that. Well, it's not. It's just like if you had an elective in school and you chose to do home ec or you chose to do ag. Those are ones back in our day. I don't know what they are now, but you could play baseball or softball and start at that young age with proper coaching and things of that nature, and really nurture that skill if your kid has that skill. And they show, like in Little League, or I don't know what softball is, I guess it's still Little League, that could happen. I think it's actually a pretty cool idea. And if it gets into the high school and middle school range, I think it actually could show some promise.
You're not making a bookcase. You're not going to learn how to sew a pillow.
Right.
But it's just,
thinking outside of the box.
No wood shop.
How much do you think the district lost last year in money per pupil? Or it's just total, actually.
This is just Orange County?
Yeah. $41 million. It says the schools now are looking for ways to attract students to come back. And a lot of these people are saying, look, because I want my kid to have some religious background in their learning. I don't care what you offered at another school. I'm not going to leave. And another parent said, well, although I have homeschooled my kids, if these programs or these baseball or softball schools that are supposed to be well coached, well trained, the whole 9 yards, I could see maybe making a move back. I just don't want that to be the complete focus. I want education to be the focus.
Well, good luck with the charter or, those voucher schools. How do you know?
Yeah. It says here, this is a woman. She goes, I send my 3 sons to Catholic school with the state vouchers helping out with tuition because because having religion in school is key for her. So a baseball focused public school likely wouldn't change her choice. So it is kind of an interesting thing because, public schools are having a difficult time. How would you lure a student back to school if their mom is getting, if you have 3 kids and the family's getting $30,000 extra money a year and you're homeschooling the kid? How do you get that money back? How do you get people to do that? If they're using that money, I don't know. Does it cost $10,000 a year to homeschool a child? I don't know. What is the cost involved with that? You have to have somebody,
I don't think so.
We have to have somebody out there that homeschools their kid. Does it cost $10K a year to have your kid stay at home? I don't know what the curriculums cost. I truthfully don't know. If it does, it does. I just don't know. Or, I can imagine, but I don't know.
Recent results have come out and they are not good because generally, every generation has outperformed the generation before them. The goal is to have kids be smarter than their parents.
This is the first time it hasn't happened.
First time it hasn't happened ever.
Yeah.
And so obviously, and then in this state is what, 50th in teacher pay?
It's actually gone up a little bit, but it wasn't.
I just heard that the other day.
Yeah. But yeah, I just the people are saying, look, these facilities are top notch, the coaching is top notch, and if you're out there and you have a kid that is inclined to play baseball or softball, we have these micro schools. You can come in, smaller classrooms. The electives are focused on that sport that you want them to play. The curriculum's the same as the rest of the school. They'll be getting a quality education from a certified teacher. Blah 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 blah. But they got to do something, and I found this to be quite interesting because I've not heard anything that any school district in Florida is doing to combat the voucher program to keep these schools open. Haven't we already closed 3?
Oh, no, there's been at least 6.
6 of them?
Yeah, and this is going on in Miami-Dade, Duval, all over the state.
Brevard,
is considering closing schools.
Yeah, one lady says here she's worried that the academics could suffer because there's too much focus on the athletics, but nobody says it about the religious aspect of their teachings. Nobody says, hey, look, I don't want my kids, learning more about religion than school because I'm sending them there to learn a curriculum, history, math, science,
I got all of
studies.
that, and then my parents paid extra for the parochial part. You can have that option, just let it come out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Crew still dealing with a couple of accidents. I-4 westbound before Central Florida Parkway. Right shoulder there is blocked, and I-4 westbound at the beach line, also shoulder blocked there. Tapping the brakes, I-4 eastbound between Cayley Street and South Street. An earlier accident, State Route 50 westbound between Fern Creek and Mills has been cleared, just some residual delays there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital.
HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital has opened its doors, featuring state-of-the-art technology and nationally recognized physicians. More convenient access to high-quality care. HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital, located at I-75 and Archer Road.
Man, there's zero question that when you have plumbing problems, your entire house stops running. No showers, no flushing toilets, no sinks to brush your teeth or anything. That's why it's really smart to always have a reputable plumbing company on call, and it's easy for me. That is Modern Plumbing Industries. These guys have been an absolute asset to my house over the last 3 months. Just absolutely killing it. And they do it all, guys, from houses to high-rises. They're employee-owned. They've been in business since 1975. All plumbing issues, gas issues, water heater installation, kitchen, everything you can imagine to do with plumbing. These guys are killing it for you. When you book your appointment, please mention the Jim Colbert Show. Get that $50 discount. They have 24-hour service as well, and it's easy to get a hold. Just call these guys, 407-327-6000, or get them online at modernpi.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit thenickleegroup.com.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to us by the Home Builders Network. And for years, we've been talking about Mike the Home Builder and the incredible work he does when it comes to the bigger projects around your home. Personally, I've used the Home Builders Network for a new roof, gutters with covers, and a new bathroom. And they also do window and door replacement as well. This is who you need to reach out to when you need those bigger projects done. The Home Builders Network. They've been nominated by Orlando's Best for Best Windows and Doors and a Best of Florida nominee for the Best Roofing Contractor. You can follow them on Facebook, the Home Builders Network, and Instagram. See their recent work. Go to hbnusa.com for the Home Builders Network for quality, great installation, excellent service, all at a fair price. It's hbnusa.com. License number CBC 1255975 and CCC 1329039.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Congratulations to Adrian and Mary, last year's winners of $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, installation is included, and most windows are installed in less than 8 weeks with a lifetime guarantee that transfers when you sell. And now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. That's TRUST to 20129.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for your trade-in too. At Greenway Kia, over 40 dealerships bid for your trade, so you can be confident you're getting the best value possible for your trade-in. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Negative equity refinanced. Expires 6/5/26.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Looking for something different to do this month? Come explore the St. Johns River on the St. Johns River Ship. The St. Johns River Ship is packed with unforgettable events on the water, from elegant themed high tea cruises to high energy nights like Rockin' on the River, live shows, and specialty dinner cruises. Celebrate holidays, theme parties, or just enjoy a night out with incredible food, entertainment, and scenic views. Don't miss what's coming up next on the river. Visit stjohnsrivershipco.com. That's stjohnsrivershipco.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. For over 16 years, you heard me talk about my buddy Mike the Home Builder and his great team at the Home Builders Network. He's a 4th-generation craftsman and a contractor with over 36 years of hands-on, real experience that makes a difference. Follow the Home Builders Network on Facebook and on Instagram to see all their recent work. Go to hbnusa.com for the Home Builders Network for quality, great installation, excellent service, all-around fair price. That's hbnusa.com. License number CBC 1255975 and CCC 1329039.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks. Let the dogs breathe. While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drive. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
102 miles ago, the oil light came on. 100 miles ago, you noticed. Now, it's time to head to Take 5. This oil change, fall in love with your car all over again. In just 10 minutes, your dream technician will check your tire pressure, top off fluids, change your oil, and verify with Carfax exactly what your car really needs. All while keeping you in the driver's seat. Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change. Find your nearest shop at take5.com.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Still to come, the common sense financial advice you need. It's Only Money with Scott Brown. Today at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show.
Hi, it's Pixie the Clown, the star of Welcome to Clowntown, playing at this year's Orlando Fringe. And I wanted to invite you to my final 2 shows this week. It's an adults-only live birthday party that you don't want to miss. We got some great reviews from the Orlando Sentinel and Orlando Weekly, so grab your tickets today for our Thursday or Saturday shows. Can't wait to party with you. Toodaloo!
Very nice. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Fun is the word. Had a winner at 2 o'clock today. Let's add to that list.
Please.
Get somebody else on there. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
I got a number of texts during the break on this voucher school thing, and I find it interesting. You get a number of people say they use it. They go to voucher. They go to private schools.
I learned I'm dense.
I responded to that guy. It says, ever since the voucher started, the middle school teacher says, we're seeing people enrolling in our schools later in the year because what's happening is they're going to the voucher school and they're finding out that the voucher school curriculum or program isn't really providing the education that it's promising that's provided. So they get pulled out of those schools and put back into public schools, and they're way behind when they do that. Now, that's just one teacher that says that, but we've talked about this before, and other teachers have also made that same claim. So, again, I'm sure it works for some people, and maybe some other people it doesn't work. I guess maybe it's dependent on the student and the parent, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Combo of all of it.
Huh?
Combo of all of it.
Yeah, maybe so, for sure. This is just people talking about homeschooling their kids but not taking the voucher money. So, all right, I want to get to this real quick because it's crazy. One of the craziest stories I've seen, and we only have a little bit of time because we have trivia, a short segment, and then we got to get to It's Only Money, so I want to make sure we get this out there. What would be the most incredible kind of racing that you can imagine? Like we've seen dachshunds get raced, right? We've seen babies get raced.
Robots
have been raced. Racing robots for
camels.
Sure. Camels.
Yep.
Older people. We've raced older people before. That's fun, right? Seeing old people race. Turtles race, right? We've seen this. What would be the most outlandish thing that you think you could see race? And by the way, when I say this, it's real. I double researched this to make sure it's actual, and it is an actual thing.
Bacteria.
Ooh, paraplegics without their chairs.
That's so absolutely horrible.
Jack, that's
Did
so
you go to
Jersey of you.
Did you go to a voucher school, Jack? Did you say that from the confines of a velour jumpsuit?
You said what would be outrageous.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a fair take. What did you say? You said bacteria?
Bacteria.
That's interesting.
Work on that.
Oh, sperm.
Sperm is the answer.
Whoa, Jack.
Silicon Valley's answer to declining male fertility, sperm racing. And it's real. This is absolutely 100% real. The average sperm cell is around 50 microns long, roughly the diameter of a hair or the thickness of a heavy-duty plastic bag. Under a microscope, amid a galaxy of proteins, sugars, dust, and dead cells, they look like broken satellites spinning crazily with no direction. And these students at this school, by the way, this is a league currently valued at how much? This sperm racing league, and you can YouTube it right now if you want to, Jack. I'm bringing it up on the fourth panel.
70 million.
Oh no! Oh, I don't know. He seemed impressed by that.
Yeah, I bet you my number was low.
100 million.
$50 million. They sperm racing, and by the way, that's what it's called. Sperm racing is a startup devoted to. It says, well, racing human sperm through an artificial reproductive system.
I don't want this in my history
folder. At their office and across the country, they've hosted matches with other college students, streamers, and influencers, all in the name of raising awareness about male infertility. And what's crazy is they're finding people in here, like these two dudes are like these strapping guys, 25, 26 years old, and they go to do the whole testing, and their sperm is dead. It won't move at all. And they can see this because they put it in these things. If Jack brings this up in a second, if you go down, there's a video or an illustration that shows exactly what they're doing, that they are literally racing sperm through these artificial things. Like, this is all real. This is a New York Times piece I'm reading about sperm racing.
But they're showing a couple physically fit guys.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm telling you, that's the problem is everybody believes just because you're physically fit, just because you're good looking, that your sperm is going to be strong and you're going to be...
Hell no.
It's not even close to that, dude. It says for this, there are many competing explanations for this phenomenon, but one thing scientists can agree on is sperm quality and specifically sperm motility. That is, how fast they swim and for how long is a decent proxy for male health. Healthy men make healthy sperm, and healthy sperm swim faster, and faster sperm wins. It says we're turning this into a competition. This is an 18-year-old named Eric who's lonely.
And what can I say? Call of Duty just doesn't have the same thrill anymore.
Yeah.
I need a new game.
It's really fascinating. The guy name is Eric Zhu. He is the co-founder of Sperm Racing. I know it sounds so crazy, but when you look at this, it is kind of bananas how they are able to isolate the sperm. And some of them, like he said, like when they will release some of them, they just kind of spin around in the little the racetrack, and the other ones are just hauling ass through there like they were trained.
They're showing them like they're bumping, like rubbing his racing.
I know, it's just like it's Formula One.
But I'm telling you, when you go down, you can actually see they actually bring that up.
And basically, the video's about applying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You interested?
No. They raised $1 million from investors led by a hedge fund capital firm. And it said with some other stuff as well. Ty Dolla $ign, I guess the rapper, is also is writing some stuff for it. Like, it's a real thing, man. God, I hope this is not fake and I'm just getting bit, but it's not.
Oh, no.
They got a legit looking website.
Like $100,000 prize if your sperm is the fastest. Get out of here. Who doesn't want to have a T-shirt that says that? Like, I have the fastest sperm. My sperm is the fastest.
Athletes compete by representing a country, advancing through qualifiers, matchups, and tournament rounds. How? Just how? How do they do this? Like, how do you?
Dude, I'm telling you,
why? Why?
I have a feeling money's involved.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How do you have a synchronized start?
I don't know the answer to any of this stuff. I guess maybe there's a gate there, and they just kind of put them behind the gate and just pull the gate up and let them rip.
Imagine the tiny jockeys.
No, imagine like if you're racing mice. Remember they used to race mice through mazes, and they would put the mice behind a little door.
But mice don't require a micron, telescope or microscope to be able to see them. Somebody texted and said mine are trained to race to open air.
Who can apply? Anyone 18 years or older, free of sexually transmitted diseases, able to provide biological samples in compliance with competitive regulations, also available to appear in recorded content and competitive coverage. Who cannot apply? If people who are involved with sperm racing operations in any way, they'll have no insider business, monkey business, or attempting to manipulate results, selection, or ineligibility, or anyone who provides false or misleading information.
Yeah, you
cannot apply.
It said it was this guy Zhu's idea, ZHU, to race Sperm, the son of Chinese immigrants. He grew up in a small town in Indiana, though he talks with a nasally accent and 1.5 times speed of the Bay Area. It says during the pandemic, he got his first computer and within a few months taught himself the basics of coding. He started a software as service business. And then by the age of 15, he raised $2.3 million and managed to get himself expelled from high school for taking too many business calls in the bathroom.
So you might feel if you're representing countries, right, since it's a World Cup, And you might.
Sorry.
No, Jack.
Their words.
It's a World Specimen Cup.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's the name of their big trophy.
Yeah.
You win the Specimen Cup.
Do they pour milk on you like a Daytona 500?
Come on.
So
it's too far.
Just like in the Olympics, sometimes you have people who live in the U.S., but they play for other countries,
Right.
to be able to make it to the show. So if you were born in that country or 25% ancestry from that country, or one or both of your parents are from that country, or you hold residency or citizenship in another country, you can represent that country.
We have the best audience. I had a vasectomy years ago. I just do it for the love of the sport.
It says when this guy Felix and
Zuzu
and a guy named Manu.
Oh, Manu, Zuzu, and Felix
Examined their samples during a March visit to the San Francisco offices of the biotech sperm racing. They were shocked by what they found. To the naked eye, they looked like young, robust men, tall, broad shoulders, feline eyes, and the complexion of Ken dolls. Back in the Netherlands, Bose had been a sponsored skateboarder. Now he's an influencer. The other guy parlayed his handsome face and washboard abs into a career as a looks maxer with over 700,000 followers on TikTok. There was one problem. His sperm is like 60% dead. And then the other guy says, for me, everything's dead. Just rotten inside. Will not swim, will not move.
Aw. Following open applications, they have qualifiers. And then, Jim, step 3, head-to-head matchups.
What kind?
Head-to-head.
Head-to-head.
Head-to-head matchup.
Come on, Friday.
If you make it through that, then you make it to tournament elimination.
Guy said he'd been doing testosterone replacement therapy and dabbling in selective androgen and estrogen receptor modulators. His blood work had been showing low levels of this one hormone, which tells his testicles to produce testosterone and indirectly sperm. If he wanted to have children, he would have to start injecting a peptide called human chorionic, whatever. It's called HCG to get his testes back online. After taking all this other stuff to make him look good.
It seems like this could all be dealt with privately in the comfort of your doctor's office, where we wouldn't have to hear that your sperm looks like broken satellites. Not exactly something you want to put on your Tinder profile.
And it's so funny to listen to these guys talk about this stuff. I mean, they're young kids. I guess for people, I don't know, do young men really think about having families anymore? I don't really hear young guys talking about that much anymore. Like, who they want to have a family, they want to start a family or have kids or find somebody and settle down.
Cost effectively, yeah. I think the money aspect of it, right? Because first you'd like to buy a home, to have a home for your children.
Yeah.
And that seems so out of reach for so many young people today.
Yeah.
I do think that younger generations of kids are more attuned to the health and age of their eggs.
Yeah.
And of their sperm. This is certainly a bigger conversation with women because we have a finite number. What we're born with that's all we have.
Right, yeah.
And at a certain age, they're just not as viable anymore.
That's right, yeah.
I think, microplastics, fashion for young men, which keeps the testes too close to the body, which raises the temperature. Think of all those shorts that what were they calling them? Like they were really, really short.
Oh yeah, no,
the chubbies.
Chubbies, that's it.
Yeah, those are not. Yeah, those are not good for young men.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hang away from the body.
This guy
body's too hot.
This guy Vanderheiden, who was part of this guy, he said he persuaded a tech to check another slide. He said the average young male produces about 50 million sperm per milliliter of semen. Each slide held enough fluid to contain a few thousand sperm cells, and his said he had 2. And when they asked him, he goes, no, dude, I had 2 sperm cells that were actually even moving at all. Out of the ones, there's supposed to be 50 million there. None of them were doing anything.
And if nothing else, maybe this league, even though we're snickering, maybe it will cause a lot more younger men to pay attention, because you can't look outwardly. You can't say because you have washboard abs that means you have healthy sperm.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It says that these guys are planning on making video content for their YouTube channel.
I don't want to see that.
Dutch Bras. That's the YouTube channel, Dutch Bras, BRAHS. But they didn't have 90 days for their sperm to recover, so they had to move in and bring in ringers.
I'm signing you up.
So stunt sperm had to come in.
Well, someone did ask a very poignant question. Will they be mic'd up like in the NFL?
I don't know if they'll have. It'd be funny if they have commentators. Usually a commentator is a guy who played the game before, and then somebody who's just good with words.
Oh, you've all played the game before.
We have played the game a little
Super slow-mo of the race.
Oh, I hear it pays a fistful of dollars.
And this guy, I mean, I don't know, man. It's wild to think, you're 25, 26, maybe 30 years old, and you're part of a company that races sperm. It says sperm racing employees spend much of their time turning the sperm races into video content, which ideally still steers customers toward the company's revenue-generating businesses. And there's Andros, a line of plastic-free boxer briefs. There you go. I mean, briefs designed to help fertility. And,
yes, keep the testes away from the body heat. That's the whole reason why they hang outside of your body. 98.9 is supposed to be...
98.6 is the normal body temperature.
Normal body temperature. That's too warm. Somebody did recommend that maybe they could sponsor the Jackie Sack.
Oh. It says one of the other things they have is a fertility supplement in the form of a pineapple-flavored gummy called Sperm Worms. Its tagline is "Boost your boys." Are you okay? If you did this on mic, it'd be better.
Come back, Deb.
All right, you all right? Everything good?
I want their marketing job.
No joke. Like, we just do this all day long. All right.
Sperm worms.
All right, 407-916-1041.
So you don't want me to sign you up.
Hey, sign yourself up as well, Jack.
No, I'm signing
You guys
up,
are
Jim.
going in as a team.
Oh,
You're
my
going in
God.
as team.
If mine were a landscape, it would look like right after the Paradise Fire. It would just be sitting there with a chimney sticking out of it.
Scorched earth. I'll change your nickname. All right.
Don't call me Speedy Sperm. Come on, dude, get out of here. Just say Lone Fireplace.
Lone Fireplace.
I think we're ineligible to play.
Probably not.
Too old?
No,
No,
you
I
guys.
think we're not producing.
Yeah.
Well,
we're
you're all
producing.
Jews.
We're producing, but it's not making it.
Yeah, not the thing that they're
Looking for.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
You would have to harvest hours, right?
No, because you're not creating them anymore.
How's that? No. It's just not. I don't think that's how it goes, is it?
Once they cut the vas deferens, are you actually still creating it, or they just can't get out? How cruel!
They're all inside.
Oh my God, they're all trapped.
Fighting for space.
They're all trapped. They're waiting for somebody to pull that gate up. All right, 407-916.
Those are dead satellites.
1041.
Here comes Lucky.
It's like space junk.
Come at the rear.
All right, load them up. Trivia's next.
No script, no filter, no off switch. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by NHTSA.
The AL East leading Rays will continue their series against division rival Baltimore tonight. Griffin Jacks takes the ball for Tampa Bay, who've won 3 of their last 4. NFL insider Jason LaCamfora reports that Jags are emerging as a candidate to trade for Eagles wideout A.J. Brown, along with other teams. And a bill addressing college athlete compensation was pulled from the U.S. House floor after objections from black lawmakers. I'm Scott Davidson.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, man, do you live in Florida? Open your door, kind of step outside during this time of year, maybe for the next 6 months or so. What's it like out there, right? It's bad, and it's only going to get worse. That's why you need Mills Air on your property right now for a preventive maintenance meeting. These guys can actually come to your house, give your AC a tune-up, make sure it's ready to go for this brutal summer we know is right around the corner. Let them use their 30-plus years of experience to keep you and your family nice and comfortable. We've done it for years. They were at my house just a couple weeks ago, making sure my AC was ready, all set, all good to go, and their techs can do the same thing for you, and they service every brand out there, so don't worry about what kind of AC you have. They can repair it. But check this out. If you do happen to need a new unit, Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. That's super important. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier units. And you can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can certainly always turn to Mills Air. These guys are awesome. Leon started this business with him and one truck, now a fleet of 60 vans to cover you wherever you are in Central Florida. So give these guys a call. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. millsair.com.
Any good weekend plans?
Oh, I'm going on a weekend cruise on MSC Cruises. We're going to White Sand Beach and beanbag share.
Are you using nouns as verbs?
You can do that on MSC Cruises. Where was I? The food. We'll rigatoni, French fry, we might even gelato. How about you?
Oh, yeah, I was going to lawnmower.
Skip the airport and get up to 40% off cruises and more with our Memorial Day sale. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Right now, Renewal by Andersen is giving Central Florida homeowners the power to choose. For a limited time, pick the offer that works best for you. Take 20% off your entire window and door replacement project or enjoy 24 months of special financing. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years. You know, living in Central Florida means dealing with extreme heat, high humidity, and rising energy costs. And if your windows and doors aren't performing like they should, your home could be working against you and your wallet. Well, Renewal by Andersen's energy efficient replacement windows and doors are designed for Florida homes, helping keep your home cooler, cut drafts, and ease the strain on your AC system. Schedule a free in-home design consultation where their experts will guide you through the full replacement process from design to install. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com and choose your savings today, or stop by their showroom off of Lee Road in Winter Park. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey y'all, it's me, Savannah, and Gatorland's 77th birthday is coming in hot. So join us for Gator Palooza. Monsters in the Morning live on Friday, May 29th. Florida Man Challenge Saturday, May 30th. And the Dunk Tank Competition May 31st on Sunday. Live music, DJs, food, giveaways, and best of all, Florida residents get half off. Come celebrate Gatorland's birthday with us at Gator Palooza. Laugh and make some memories.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Avoid the headaches of a traditional home sale and move on your timeline with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. No showings, no open houses, just a simple, stress-free way to sell your home. Hi, it's Jack, and I'm back in the studio with Mark of Mark Spain Real Estate. Mark, is today's real estate climate still favorable for sellers?
That's probably a question a lot of consumers are asking today. And the answer is absolutely. The market has shifted from the extremes of the past couple of years, meaning we're headed in the direction of a more balanced environment. That means sellers still have strong opportunities to sell quickly and for a good price, especially with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
Thanks, Mark. Mark Spain Real Estate is the #1 most reviewed real estate company in the U.S. with over 13,000 5-star reviews. Trust them to sell your home fast and for top dollar. Find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
At Orange City Poker, enjoy pub-style food and drink in our bar and lounge. Then feel the rush of casino table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em, High-Gow Poker, and Mississippi Stud, with table game minimums starting at $5 7 days a week. Orange City Poker, Orlando's closest poker room. Fuel the Table Sundays start this May at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. Sundays in May from 10 to 5. Hit the high hand and score a $50 Wawa gas card on top of your cash prize. Everyone else at the table gets a $25 one. Fuel the Table Sundays at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Sperm racing. Too many jokes. Sorry, can't.
What kind of merch do little swimmers have? Tiny little name tags on the tiny little swimmers. I mean, Skechers for swimmers.
Cool
Bill
shoes.
from Deltona.
Take this
If I'm
serious.
betting on DraftKings, and I know one of the contestants has had a vasectomy. Is that going to be grounds for cheating?
No, it's insider trading, buddy. You can't do that.
We got Whoopsie in the lead. Whoopsie is in the lead. Followed by, oh my God, honey. Followed by, hi, Poppy. And then, zippity doo dah. And then, yes. And coming from behind is Salma Hayek. I love you. Oh no! And now it's Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is on the way. He is gone.
Stop it. You guys don't take this serious, man. This is a science. That's a story about science on the New York Times, and everybody's just doing jokes.
Where science meets sport.
Yeah.
Sperm worms.
Yeah.
And Moonzu and Fabrizio and
a goozy koozie.
Save some of it for Pick the Porn.
77031. That's how you text us. Fun is your 5 o'clock keyword. We are having a lot of fun talking about sperm racing. FUN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Yep. And he has the Jackie sack. What's in there, big dog?
All
a winner?
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
Got a pair of tickets to see the Orlando Pride take on Bay FC. This will be at Inter & Co Stadium on May 29th. Also in the Jackie Sack, a pair of tickets to see Devo at the Hard Rock Live. They're coming on August 30th to the Hard Rock Live Orlando. Excuse me.
God bless you.
Yeah, Devo's coming. Whip it.
Whip it good.
Those are the prizes in the Jackie Sack.
So back to you. A clickety clack.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, young lady.
Ooh, let's go 1.
1 right up top. Teresa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Teresa, want to play a little game with us?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
Want to play a game?
All right, Teresa, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is not true. But
What?
if you can find it, I'll send you over to see Jack in the Jackie Sack, and you can find something nice for yourself. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. On this day in 1946, French-born professional wrestler, billed as the 8th wonder of the world,
Andre the Giant.
That's right. Used his wrestling fame to become a movie star. He is not the Princess of the Bride. Andre the Giant was born on this day in 1946. Here are 3 fun facts about Andre and 1 or 30 beers of a lie.
Whoa.
You know who Andre the Giant is, Teresa?
I've heard of him.
All
yes.
right, very good. Here we go. He's a gigantic wrestler from back in the day. See if you can find out which one of these is not true. Number 1, Andre was refused entry into the French military because they didn't have boots or a uniform that would fit him. Number 2, his bar tab at the hotel he stayed at while filming The Princess Bride was $40,000. Number 3, his pre-match ritual at the height of his career with the WWE was downing 6 bottles of wine before he wrestled. Or lastly, Andre the Giant was allergic to gluten and chocolate. Which one of those is a lie?
I'm going to say number 3.
No, that's absolutely true. Andre the Giant, and this was witnessed by many, many wrestlers and confirmed, his pre-match ritual at the height of his career in the WWE was drinking 6 bottles of wine before he would go out and wrestle.
What?
And they said that never one time did they see him ever stumble or it affect his wrestling or his persona at all.
6 bottles of wine.
6 bottles of wine. All right, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's go 3.
3 is Josh. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, good, thank you.
Good, buddy. We're talking about Andre the Giant. You know who he is, right?
Indeed.
All right, here we go. Number 1, Andre was refused entry into the French military because they didn't have boots or a uniform that fit him. Number 2, his bar tab at the hotel he stayed at while filming The Princess Bride was $40,000. Or lastly, Andre was allergic to gluten and chocolate.
We're going to go with the last one.
That's the one, buddy. Very nice. I'm going to put you on hold. You're a winner. Josh takes home the prize today. He was not allergic to gluten or chocolate. The beer thing would have been a dead giveaway there. Wow. Andre the Giant was refused entry into the military because they did not have boots or a uniform that fit him. What size shoe do you think he wears?
22.
25.
24 is the answer.
Whoa.
What size waist do you think he had at his biggest size?
70.
Oh, 40. 9.
61.
Oh,
He wore a size 61 pants.
So do I.
You do not.
A couple other things you may not know
Feels
about.
like it.
A couple other things you may not know about Andre the Giant before we get to the top of the hour. Andre left home at 14 years old to find work, you know? When he returned home 5 years later, he was so big that his parents did not recognize him until he spoke.
Really?
They recognized his voice, but not him. At 12 years old, he was 6'3" and weighed 200 pounds. The WWE,
Poor mother.
The WWE came up with a fake suspension so that he could go film Princess Bride.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They fake suspended him for something like that so he could step away and make that movie.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
He was addicted to shopping on QVC. Why do you believe that? It's true. By the way, he was addicted to shopping on QVC. And for people who don't know what QVC is, it's like Amazon on TV.
Yeah, shopping channel.
Shopping channel type thing.
He was in love with one of the people on
That's
it.
a great guess.
Really? I was just going to say because then he could shop in private and people wouldn't be gawking at him.
That's exactly the answer. And one of the reasons he loved being on the set of Princess Bride is because nobody on the set of Princess Bride looked at him like he was a freak.
Oh.
And he loved him. Billy Crystal maintained a relationship with him until he died. And everybody, if you, there's a documentary or whatever, or a short one, and they talk to Robin. Is it Robin Penn-Wright?
Yeah.
They talk to Robin Wright, and you should see the adoration that all of these actors had for this guy. He made an unbelievable impression on them as just like a sweet, gentle giant. But he loved being on that set because nobody stared at him, and he shopped at QVC so he didn't get mobbed by fans and gawked at like a freak. He could stay at home and get what he wanted. One of the biggest problems he faced at home was?
I have to say the toilet.
Oh, just being able to fit in anywhere.
How about this? Dialing a phone.
Oh, he'd have to have a
rotary?
pencil with, yeah.
And on that, how big do you think his fingers were? What size ring do you think he wore?
11.
That's a good guess. 15.
He wore a size 24 ring.
Oh,
whoa.
A silver dollar could easily pass through every ring that he wore.
He truly had sausage fingers.
A silver dollar. He could not dial a phone because his finger would cover up 6 of the numbers.
Oh,
so
wow.
he couldn't dial it. Like you said, he had to get something and dial the phone like that. And in the rotary phones back in the day, same thing. He had to have something to use that because he was so big. He passed out in a hotel lobby one time after drinking himself completely drunk, and nobody could move him. So they just threw a piano tarp over him and let him sleep there.
A piano
tarp. And put a sign up there that said, "Please do not disturb." Oh my God. There are so many great stories about this guy and his ability to drink. Hulk Hogan claimed one time that he watched him drink before a flight to Japan because I don't think he liked flying. Before a flight to Japan, this is the lore. How many beers do you think he drank before he left on that flight?
20.
43.
109. And there's a rumor, he on Letterman said himself that he had another session one time where he drank 117 beers. A case of beer is 24.
Oh my!
So he drank damn near 5 cases of beer on his own.
Whoa!
At his height, when he was at his healthiest. By the way, he died in his 40s, I believe.
I wonder why.
Yeah, at his healthiest, he was 7'4" and weighed 520 pounds.
Well, I would imagine, much like a extremely large breed dog, your organs just can't keep up with bodily function for that long.
Let alone all that alcohol.
And one of the other things that a lot of people do not know about Andre the Giant, from a relatively young age in his wrestling career, they designed a specific wrestling singlet so that you couldn't see the back brace that he had to wear almost continually. To keep his back, because his back caused him major problems because of his weight and height, and he had gigantism, so his bones weren't formed properly, so he had to always wear this thing, and they would put that singlet on him, and it had padding in the back that would hide it from the fans so that they didn't think he was, in pain or anything like that. Back in a sec.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Accident blocking 2 right lanes, traveling Florida Turnpike southbound before you get to Consulate Drive. Tapping the brakes, I-4 eastbound between 192 and 535. Stop and go traffic now, 408 westbound between Good Homes Road and Colonial Drive. Also, there's a crash blocking 2 left lanes, 75 northbound approaching Florida Highway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
All right, everybody gather around here. Like if you're selling a house here in Central Florida, listen to me very closely. I bought and sold a number of homes in the city here, and I will tell you one thing for sure. If you don't make the right choice with your realtor, you could have some big problems. Number one, your home might not be getting in front of the most qualified buyers with the best credit and the most money to spend. Secondly, if you make a mistake there, it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and that's not an exaggeration in the least. On average, the Nickley Group Realty, these guys get 6% more for their listings than their competitors. Depending on the cost of the home, guys, that could be tens of thousands of dollars. You got to make sure you make the right choice. And I will tell you, after meeting the guys at the Nickley Group, no question they're the best. I've told you guys before, I'll tell you again, my wife's best friend is a closing agent for realtors. And what she does is go in there when everything's closing down and getting the house ready to go. And man, she tells me with the Nickley Group, there are never any problems. These guys always have their stuff together. There are never any issues. That's what you want. That's the peace of mind you want when you're making one of the biggest transactions in your life, that being selling your home. And if you're shopping for a home, let me tell you, nobody's going to find qualified choices more than the Nickley Group. Those homes will check off every box you and your family have. When you factor in their VIP program, it's crazy, guys. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. And this program they call the Love It or Leave It program. If you're not satisfied with your purchase within the first 12 months, they will relist your home for free. Guys, they even have a thing called the guaranteed cash offer. No showings, no open houses, and you can close that deal in as little as 14 days. Hop on board with these guys right now. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
C-Lane here, and guys, let's have a chat for a second. If you are starting to see the symptoms of erectile dysfunction or PE show up in the bedroom, you know that's not something that fixes itself. It might be time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. A lot of guys are calling. They're very helpful, and they want you to avoid surgery. They told me that's one of their big goals. They have painless procedures, and surgery is painful, it's invasive, and it's expensive. And they don't want you to have to go through that. They want you to go through their painless procedure, and 98% of men see results right there in the office, right there, same day. So if you're still relying on pills, if you're having to up your dose, it's time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. They're getting guys back to where they should be and feel like themselves again. They're offering a free consultation, but you've got to call now. 407-723-7533. It's 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call the incredibly helpful, the incredibly knowledgeable folks at Premier Men's Medical Center and find them online at at premiermensmedical.com.
Sell your home fast and for the most money with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Orlando, this is it. Your last chance to see the Storm at home this regular season. Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m., the Orlando Storm battle the DC Defenders at Inrinco Stadium. And the first 5,000 fans get a free Storm hat. Get tickets now at uflstorm.com/tickets.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Need a new roof or gutters? Visit homebuildersnetwork.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, RICH. R-I-C-H. Rich. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
First of all, love Andre the Giant, fantastic human being. Love The Princess Bride, an amazing movie, great narrative, excellent practical effects, and I love that it was referenced in one of the Deadpool movies. Secondly, I'm here on behalf of the Space Coast Infantry to petition for a live broadcast here in Melbourne. There's lots of good spots. Pineapples is one of them, and Ross can tell you all about it. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.
Hey, buddy. Always good hearing from you.
We agree.
Yeah. Go
Hi, I'm Thomas from Orlando, and I just won $1,000 for listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Is that us?
Thank you.
Yeah!
Yay! Woohoo!
Look at there. 2 in a day. We're finally catching up.
Yeah.
So that was our show?
Yeah.
4 o'clock
keyword.
4
o'clock keyword.
All right. Your 6 o'clock keyword is rich. R-I-C-H. My man right there is a little richer today.
Yeah.
Go get that money, guys. You just heard we had a winner at 4 o'clock. We had a winner at 2 o'clock. We are kicking ass right now. Get over to realradio.fm and send out the word rich. R-I-C-H. Go get that money, guys.
Yeah, it'll fill up at least half your gas tank. That's awesome.
You can have lunch and go somewhere 30 miles away, and then actually have to pay to get back. So either way. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
Our buddy Bratcher Brown in the wings. We'll do It's Only Money here in a few minutes. Scott is out for a little while he's kind of enjoying a little bit of the summer. Bratcher fully ready to go in there, and we'll get to him in just a few minutes. A couple little stories before we get to this. Did you guys see what this Lyft driver tried to do to collect from Lyft? This is a Boca Raton story. And I don't know. I mean,
well, from the company itself, he was trying to get money.
Yeah, exactly. From the Florida man said that his teen daughters were falsely accused of leaving a mess in a Lyft, leading to a $75 damage fee. Right, so his 2 daughters, teens, got a Lyft, and they got their ride. They got dropped off, and the guy who owns the Lyft filed a report against them for leaving a mess, and he wanted to get this $75 damage fee from Lyft for his car.
Uh-oh.
What's the problem there?
They were not in the car.
He AI'd the photograph of his back seat trashed with food and spilled sodas, and he sent the AI-produced photograph to Lyft to prove to them, this is what my car looked like. Send me my $75. And he didn't realize that in the corner it has a Google Gemini logo in the corner of the image, indicating that it had already been altered by AI. And it says, if you're not paying attention to this, and you're getting charged $75. So how crazy is that a Lyft driver, imagine somebody picking you up for an Uber ride. You ride the Uber ride. The next day, you find out on your little Uber app that you got dinged for ruining somebody's car. And then you find out the guy AI'd a video of the back of the seat and it made it look terrible.
And Lyft didn't catch it, right? Because they charged the guy, and the dad, the father of the girls, had to complain and fight it for them to discover it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It says his daughters insisted they had no food in the car, pointed out the Google Gemini logo in the corner of the image, indicating it had already been altered. And it says if you're not paying attention to this and you're getting charged $75, it could really add up. So you really got to pay attention. That's what the father said. When the family highlighted the logo to a Lyft representative, the company acknowledged the image was AI generated, apologized, and blocked the driver from the app. So dude lost his job over it.
Well, I think
well he should.
Yeah, because I think the bigger story is that this is yet another wrinkle that consumers are going to have to keep their eye out for, because this may be the case of, oh wow, the guy wasn't smart enough to see the Gemini logo. Thank God those young girls were able to do that, but this is now something you have to be prepared for in the future.
1,000%, man. And look, with drivers out there who are your service drivers, whether it be Lyft, whether it be Uber, whether it be DoorDash or anything like that.
Yeah,
these guys are paying $4.60 a gallon for gas, dude. $4.60, it could be going up. They're doing anything. They're trying to figure out any way to keep their app alive and keep their job alive. And I felt like he had to scam somebody to try to get money, I guess. That's the only thing I can guess. That's so crazy, right?
Yeah.
I saw this other list online I wanted to kind of get to before we get to Bratcher here in a few minutes. Do you guys have a favorite hot sauce? Do you use hot sauce?
I do.
Do you like it really hot, or do you like it do you like vinegar hot, or do you like that just ground pepper hot?
I like both.
You like both. Are you like a regular Louisiana hot sauce kind
I
of
like
girl?
a Louisiana. I like Texas Pete's.
Yeah, that's a good one too, right? Texas Pete.
Jalisco, I think, is another one.
Jalisco? Haven't heard that one.
It's a city in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
With a J.
Yeah, starts with a J, yeah.
Yeah.
Cholula?
Cholula. Love some Cholula.
Is that how you...
Scrambled eggs with some Cholula.
With a little wood cap on that?
Is that how you pronounce that? Is that the proper pronunciation of that word?
That's how I say it.
Cholula?
I think so, yeah. That's how I say it.
Yeah, the best overall...
You sound disappointed.
Have you guys ever heard of Valentina Salsa Picante Mexican hot sauce?
No.
Well, they say it's the best one out there. The best hot sauce you can buy out there. And they said, that's so funny you say that. He said you could put this on popcorn to tacos to eggs. Man, I know a lot of people that eat hot sauce on their eggs. My wife did that when we first met. She put hot sauce and then went to mustard, and that's not a pretty plate. That's not a pretty plate.
She is.
That's not a pretty plate. Yeah. She's gorgeous. I had to just keep looking at her in the eyes. I'm like, I ain't watching what you eating. Yeah, because that's not good. Because are you a mixer?
It depends on what's getting mixed.
God dog it, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, my daughter was over the other morning, and she was hungry, and she was dealing with a baby. So I said, well, I'll make you something to eat. And I made her a parfait, Greek yogurt, strawberries, blueberries, some granola crunch on top, and then honey. It's a real simple, easy breakfast. It's very good, very filling, the whole 9 yards. And I handed it to her, and when I eat them, I eat it from right to left. I just take a little bit because I build it so that if you go straight down.
Right, you get a little bit of everything.
You get a blueberry, you get a strawberry, you get a little bit of yogurt, and you get a little bit of the crunch with the honey. It's a perfect bite all the way through. She grabbed that thing and started stirring it up like it was she goes, I'm a mixer. And I was like, I can't even watch you do that. I literally turned around in disgust. I said, you mix all of that together? She goes, oh, yeah. And my wife, when we first got together, she would get her breakfast. It would be like grits and eggs and bacon or whatever. And she would put her eggs, she would chop them up and put it in her bowl of grits and stir it all together. I'm like,
oh, yeah, that's a good time right there. Take a little fried egg. After you've prepped your grits, it's so important you prep your grits correctly.
What are you prepping them with? Like butter and salt and stuff?
Butter, salt.
Pepper?
No, not too much on the pepper.
No, not too much on the pepper?
Not too much. Definitely with the butter and the salt, and then you put that fried egg on top.
Oh, yeah. I got you. But can't you just cut it and then eat it like that? Why do you have to stir it all together?
Yeah, I don't stir it together. I'm not a mixer.
Are you a mixer, Jack?
Yes, kind of, sometimes. Depends on the food.
I got to tell you.
Like rice, beans, and chicken? Yeah, I want all that mixed up.
Yeah, there you go. That's okay.
I got 2 weirdo kids. And 2, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know how the other ones. I've not seen them do this. I got one that's a mixer, and then I got one that eats everything individually. He was over the other day. We were having dinner, and I served this plate there. We did this chicken with prosciutto and this Greek feta kind of cheese mix in the middle of it. We did some risotto, and then just what we call sheet pan vegetables. Just a bunch of veggies cut up, roasted in the oven, and all together. And I watched him eat all the vegetables, and then eat all the risotto, and then eat his chicken last. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't get the mix all that together to make it like taste good. That's the whole idea.
If I'm not mixing them together, I'm eating like I'm going around the plate.
Yes,
right?
you got to have a little bite.
But when you, and I'm not going to say chef, but as a cook, somebody who loves to cook, you're
going to call yourself a chef.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I'm not going to do that. But when I cook for people, I try to build a plate that offers like a different, like you want something kind of creamy and buttery, and then you want something a little sharp with maybe some acid, vinegar, lemon juice, lime, something like that, wine, whatever. And then the protein can do whatever the hell it wants, because usually you're basing the flavors on everything else on the fat of the protein.
That's just God punishing you.
And when I put it together and then people eat it the wrong way, I'm like, God,
you're eating it wrong.
I know, and you can't say that because then you look like a total douchebag. You're like, hey, you eat that the right way. Right? He's like, no,
like this.
Exactly. You shouldn't have
Follow
rules.
my lead.
Like, I'm the worst. Like, you shouldn't have rules to eat a meal, but when I cook it, I want you to eat it a certain way. And then put Cholula on it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text 77031. Hey, guys, don't forget your 6 o'clock keyword is Rich, R-I-C-H. We just had a winner in the 4 o'clock hour. Let's get one more before we get out of here. Rich is the word, guys. Go get that money. Bradshaw Brown up next with It's Only Money.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Jeff says, Sean, you need to stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a child therapist? No, I don't think so. Jeff, shut up. What I'm talking about.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Crews on the scene of a crash. Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. Shoulder block there. Stop and go traffic from I-4. Lots of company as well on I-4 eastbound between 192 and 535. Accident reported as well. Florida's Turnpike northbound at Central Florida Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by OUC.
Is your AC working overtime? OUC customers can upgrade to a high-efficiency HVAC system and get money back with rebates. So staying cool means saving more. Don't just go green, get green. Visit OUC.com/getgreen.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Here's a question. How many brokers does it take to insure your business? If you're like most business owners, the answer is way too many. Multiple policies, multiple applications, and no clear view of how it all fits together. And when questions come up, it's not easy to get the clarity you need. Supersure changes that. One broker for all your business insurance, backed by the team that works for you year-round, not just for renewal. And if you've ever stared at a policy just wondering what it actually covers, Supersure has a fine print fax tool that translates the legal jargon into plain English so you can understand it. And now you know what's covered and what's not. Right now, you can go to supersure.com and get a full report on your current policies with no obligation. Find out if you're overinsured, underinsured, or somewhere in between. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supershore Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
At AutoNation, there's no pressure, no surprises, just the keys. Now through Memorial Day, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Don't wait. Memorial Day savings end May 25th. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation dealership. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Orlando, experience magic at the Orlando Storm's final regular season game on Friday, March 22nd. And at the game, one lucky family will win 4 Walt Disney World annual passes from the Orlando Storm. Entry for a chance to win is available during Orlando Storm games at Inter & Co Stadium. So grab your tickets today at UFLStorm.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage
MortgageGuyDon.com.
Think you're not the suing type? But you weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Does Florida care about AIDS? Somewhere in the state tonight, a mother is rationing the pills that keep her alive. On June 30th, she and 12,000 others will permanently lose access to Florida's AIDS drug program and the insurance support that keeps them healthy. After that, people start dying. Not in theory, in emergency rooms across this state. This isn't a budget problem. It's a choice. Go to ahf.org/ADAP. 1 minute could save thousands of lives.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
MSC Cruises Memorial Day sale is here. For a limited time, get up to 40% off cruises plus kid sale free. Experience MSC Cruises' signature blend of European style and American comfort, from global flavors to Broadway-style shows and more. Book your next holiday to must-see destinations like the Caribbean, Alaska, and beyond. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
I'm Michelle McPhee, and in my new podcast, Kingdom of Fraud, I'm unraveling the strangest criminal alliance I've ever reported on. A polygamist from Utah and an LA Armenian businessman.
$1 billion fraud.
But how long can this alliance last?
Is somebody coming after me?
Search Kingdom of Fraud on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Radio. 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Colbert crew, greetings, blessings, love, and honor.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Irie.
I thought when I went into this wormhole on YouTube about marble racing, I've on-road and off-road marble racing. You need to check that out if you never see it. I thought that was as extreme as it could get in terms of ridiculousness until I listened to the show today. Wow. I'd love to see the odds on that in Vegas.
Spermatozoa, on your marks. Get ready. Get set. Go! And they're off! And it's swimming solo off to a rousing start. Swim Shady coming up on the outside. It's Little Tadpole making a go of it. But wait a minute, coming up from the rear, it's Great Expectation. Great Expectation has won.
Good job, dude. Good
Yay.
Job. The leak mistakes. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Rich, by the way, that is your 6 o'clock keyword, and it's apt because Bratcher Brown is here, so he's trying to make you rich, or at least help you stay rich.
Stay rich is key.
Yeah, stay rich is key for sure. I'm Jim, there's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Yo, let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Give it up for Bradshaw Brown!
Yay!
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, 38 plus years right here in Orlando as fiduciaries, making sure that you treat the money that you've saved all your life properly and that it's going to work for you long into your retirement, providing the lifestyle that you want for many, many years. And they've done that for quite a while, very successfully. Good to see you, Bradshaw. How's things?
Things are pretty darn well, I would say.
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
You look very cash today, bud. Well,
I am quite cash.
Yeah. Is that your office wear there?
Absolutely not.
Are you a suit and tie guy to the office, or is that required?
So it's interesting. Up north, they do a lot of the suit. Not so much tie. I think tie is mostly gone, but suit for sure up north. And you can tell when a guy has moved from the north to Florida because he's wearing the jacket, and we're all going, it's 96 degrees. We're not. What are you doing?
Yeah. Just roll your sleeves up. You'll be fine.
So we're button downs for the most part. A casual Friday with a jean here and there, but
yeah. Scott came in 2 weeks ago, and he had on slacks and a dress shirt, and I swear to God,
he never wear. And I made fun of him. I think I know the day because I made fun of him.
And if he had a mask on, I wouldn't know who it is.
Yep, I remember. I said, "Who are you meeting with today?"
Exactly. I actually asked him that same thing. So, you know, funeral? Where are you coming from?
It's an uncommon sight lately.
My man is usually in shorts and his hooks or whatever the hell he's
this
wearing.
is in fact his office wear.
Is it really? That's very nice. Bradshaw Brown, obviously, with our friends over at Edgewater Family Wealth, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. And look, man, this wealth test thing that you guys have
the
going
Enneagram.
on, is absolutely destroying it. Scott tells me
a lot of people have taken it.
It's really cool, and it's absolutely free. There's no obligation to do it whatsoever if you log onto the site, and it basically tells you what kind of saver you are.
Investor, it kind of shows your temperament and kind of where your tendencies lie, right? Are you somebody who's a nervous person? Are you somebody who needs control? Are you somebody who won't ask for help? And there's a few different variations of that. And what I think is interesting, we were having the conversation yesterday, is if you are with your significant other, take it separately and see where you guys complement or conflict with each other when it comes to your finances, because very frequently there's an odd balance there.
It was sorry, Jimmy. It was oddly, I was amazed at the results.
Yeah.
I really was, because I was like, damn, this thing really nailed my relationship to money.
And why that's important is it gives you guys an idea of what you're dealing with, or what the person actually gives them an idea of why maybe they can't clear a certain hurdle when it comes to saving or whatever. And and we talk about this a lot with Scott. He quotes Charlie Munger and
Warren Buffett
and Warren all the time about one of the most important decisions you'll ever make financially is who you're married to.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then this test is allowing you to kind of find out if you and your wife are actually working in cohesion to make sure you're going toward the same goal.
And I just want to clarify, if you and your wife take this is by no means the test to say should we stick together. It's just a conversation starter.
No. But really, it's a tool is what it is.
Yeah.
Because, look, you could be one of these people who's a nit and you save every dime, and your wife could be somebody, or vice versa, by the way, and the other person in your family doesn't really know how to spend money, isn't really responsible.
That is usually, I find that is usually the case. I would say
really?
there's people who save every penny and there's people who try to spend it. And they usually marry each other.
Right, yeah. Is that usually the success stories?
If you find if the dynamic is right between the two people, it can be, because sometimes, the saver saves too much and the other person has to convince them to spend, and then vice versa. So, yeah.
And that was the other weird thing, too, as well, because we've talked about that. And I just saw another story I read supporting that very idea that one of the biggest controversies and one of the weirdest things that financial advisors deal with is that people that become kind of institutionalized when it comes to saving their money, and they get in this mental rut of only saving, and it literally almost takes therapy to get them out of that and start spending that money, because they've come to believe that, look, I'm saving this because I need money always, but they don't ever really know how to throw that switch and start spending.
I would say a good part of our job is convincing you that it's going to be okay to spend your money. And there's a woman I reference, and I know there's a few listening right now because I've talked to them recently, where for whatever reason they're convinced, well, yeah, it'd be nice to go to that trip, go to Europe, do this, do that, but I'm not the person who can afford to do that, and we have to convince you, yes, you are.
Yeah, you can do
and
that.
I have a client who has saved unbelievably well, has done very well for herself, lives very modestly, and I try to convince her to spend more money, and she likes to come into our office and go, well, I am. This week on Amazon, I bought this, and she goes through the list, and I go, that's great, but I know you're not spending that much because you've never called me and asked for money, so you can't hide.
It's like $300.
Yes, it's all gardening materials, and I go, you can't pretend that you're spending a lot of money because otherwise you would have called me by now.
Right, exactly, right. Bratcher drops in, just like Scott, on Tuesdays, kind of talk about things going on in the financial world. Now, look, Scott started talking last week about 401ks, and I think it's important we can kind of continue that.
Absolutely.
It got a lot of juice on the texting service because people really are, a lot of people get to that age. You're in your mid-50s, you're in the late 50s, you're going to be making that decision the next 5, 6, 7 years. And for some people, it could be 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And those decisions are super important because you automatically think what you see on your balance on Fidelity is exactly what you're working with.
Sure.
And that's not the case sometimes.
I mean, people have pre-tax assets, and for that to work, right, people see a big number, and that part's cool. It's good to see the big number, but you have to acknowledge you have a silent partner that you're sometimes forgetting about, and they go by the IRS. So frequently there are people who are going, oh, well, I have $1 million. I go, okay, well, if you distribute that incorrectly, is that 900? Is that 800? Is that 700? Right? How much do you owe to your silent partner? And then let's assume that you fall into kind of that category we talked about, the person who's not going to spend all their money. What is that to your children and to your beneficiaries? Because the IRS, your silent partner, they're going to live a long, long time, and they don't kind of go away. They're very good at not leaving you alone, even when you're not here.
Yeah, very persistent, the IRS there.
Yeah.
So, and the reason we want to talk about this as well, because coming up on June 13th, there's another big seminar coming up, Winter Park Ruth's Chris, and it's a weekend gig, which is awesome because that means a lot of people get joined. So if you want to save your seat, it's EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Go to the pull down bar, reserve. It doesn't cost anything to do that. That way you have a seat when you go.
Yeah, and to Scott's point, this is somewhat rare, one, in the fact that it's a Saturday, and the reason it's a Saturday is because it is going to be all about utilizing your 401k. And we assumed if you are trying to utilize your 401k that you are likely at work during the week.
Yeah. And you want to max that out because you want to make sure you get this seat because this is more than likely going to sell out, or not sell out, but kind of pack up.
I would think obviously we've already seen a fair amount of interest, so I would imagine time is limited to get on that.
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Go to the pull down bar and make your reservation. Remember, not only do you get this great information, you also get lunch as well. No hard sales, nothing like that. And, you just have to kind of believe that's the case because it's true. We would not tell you to go there if these guys are going to try to sell you something. It's just not like that.
Well, and logistically speaking, just to put anybody at ease, most of you who are in your 401k, with some exception, but most of you who are in your 401k, there's not a great way out of it without a bunch of penalties. So I don't know how I'm going to convince you to give me your money and take all those penalties.
Right. All right.
So, the conversation, again, is utilizing the 401k and understanding how it works.
And let's go through this. these are some mistakes that you can make while doing this. Number one is not capturing the full employer match, literally free money left on the table.
Okay, so your employer match, and I'm going to tell this story, and I would hope a majority of people go, well, that's insane, nobody would do that, but I'm telling the story because I know people who have. You're convinced, for whatever reason, that the 401k is a way for your employer to get your money, which is not the case. It is there to retain you as an employee. It's a benefit. With that, usually comes some form of a match. So, let's use the generic 3%. You put in 3%, your employer also matches 3%. That's an immediate 100% return.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is free money.
It is free money.
But I know people who have been convinced for one reason or another. The worst version of this was somebody who was in his late 40s at this point. The cousin had said, don't bother with the 401k. There's contribution limits. The boss is in charge of it. Instead, he was talked into taking that money and purchasing life insurance from the cousin who was making a pretty commission.
There you go.
And had been doing it for tens of years at this point.
Wow.
That's the first one. And again, you might roll your eyes, but that is a true story of somebody who has actually done that. So understanding how that works.
And we hear a lot about the life insurance thing because it's heavy on social media, people pushing the idea of this.
They call it infinite banking. There's a bunch of words that make it sound very attractive.
Yeah. And we've tried to go through it here on the show before, but it's so difficult to understand why you would do that.
It's always case specific.
Yeah, we don't need to get into it for sure. Let's move on to the second one. Is default target date funds that don't match the saver's actual risk profile or timeline.
Yeah.
I do not understand what that means.
Okay, so target date funds are probably one of the most common investments within a 401k, and this is in no way saying that you should or should not have a target date fund, but the way it would theoretically work is if I select the year 2045 as my target date, what I am telling the 401k company is that I intend to retire around that date, 2045. And the closer I get to it, the more conservative that allocation is going to become to start protecting it. But there are timing issues, there's logistic issues. Is that actually, is that allocation what you need? Because it's the same as what 100 other people at the company also need, and the odds of them all needing the same thing seem a little slim. There are costs associated with it that you might not be aware of. I've never met anybody who had a target date fund, and again, I'm not saying it's a bad investment, but I've never met anybody going into retirement who goes, I have this target date fund and it's going to fulfill all my needs for the next 30 years.
Yeah. That's what the 401k is for, right?
Right. And so, the target date is within the 401k, but at some point you need to start looking at changing the strategy to fit you.
Got it. And how would you know that far in advance anyway? I mean, isn't that kind of weird to even make that decision? Like right now, I'm 58 and I know that this decision is within my sight, and I still don't know. I have so many questions about, whether or not I'm going to want to do that or not. I mean, I have tons of questions.
Well, it's almost like the Ron Popeil set it and forget it. It's like, okay, if you estimate, or if you're going to retire in about 9-10 years, you set 2035 as a target date, and they have them for almost like every 5 years.
Yeah, they come in increments. So you can select one that applies to you for sure. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but usually when you're doing that, you're 30, you're 40 years old. You don't know what retirement looks like yet.
Right.
So as you're getting to be 55, 56, 57, now you have a much clearer idea, and you can get more specific with the plan. But I've almost never, and I would imagine most people listening have never had the advisor on their plan call them up on a Tuesday and say, hey, I was looking at your target date, and I'm wondering, does that actually fit your needs? And also, there's cheaper ways of doing it. Have we considered, the cheaper alternatives? I don't know that conversation is happening.
Yeah, I've never even heard that term before. So, so obviously it would have aired.
Very common. It's what most, I would say, probably a majority of investors within their 401k hold.
I'll be damned. There we go.
Guilty.
Let's move on to the very next one. It says mishandling old 401k Ks at job changes, cash outs, forgotten accounts, sloppy rollovers.
Yeah. So once you leave a company, in most cases the 401k, unless you choose to do something with it or unless they cash you out, will sit there. And sometimes maybe you're upset with the employer or you just don't want it there anymore. And so you say, well, let me roll these funds into a personal account outside of this employer plan. Fine. Frequently, people then forget they have to invest that. It moves as cash, ideally in a tax-free manner, but it moves as cash. And it can sit there for a long time. And if you swap jobs a few times, that's a few medium-sized accounts that equal one big sum of money that's not working for you. And I see that pretty frequently.
Do you really? I mean, every time we talk about this, I just simply can't imagine somebody going, well, I don't want this job anymore. I'll haul ass. And I'll just forget about the 50 or 60K I've saved with these people over the last 12 years. It's just unbelievable that somebody would be that...
Well, you get the people who want to be hands off, right? You're told, well, don't pay attention to it over time; it goes up. That's true, but you do have to finish investing it first. I find it's a key element for the investment to make money is to invest.
Yeah, if you're not rolling it over, it's not making any money for you. It's just sitting there dormant, right?
Well, and people go, all right, well, it's at Fidelity or it's at Voya, it's whatever, and I'm going to move it into, let's just say, I move it into Charles Schwab. And once it's there, it must be invested. But no, you don't have somebody, in a lot of these cases that I'm referencing, you don't have an advisor who's watching it. So you think that somebody's taking care of it. You think Charles Schwab has some investment person who does the investments, but no, you're in a self-directed account and they leave it.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you said you see that a lot.
I would say probably a fair amount, 25, 30% of people have some old IRA, some old 401k, something they don't realize is sitting in cash.
Dude, I know when I have an old lottery ticket for $7 in my house I haven't cashed out, and I know exactly where that bitch is.
Is that still valid?
$7
That's a good investment.
All right, most people have no idea what they're paying in plan fees.
Yeah.
This is one of the big things I hear about financial advisors in general.
Sure.
Is the fee structure. Matter of fact, when Scott first started coming on, we started talking about it.
Yeah.
Almost immediately within the first 2 weeks, people are like, well, how much does it cost? What's the fee structure?
And he will tell you as much as he can get away with.
No. But I mean, it's all different for every client, is it not?
Not necessarily.
No?
I mean, the fee structure is similar. For most fiduciaries, you're operating off of a percentage of the assets you manage. Now, what that percentage is can certainly vary based off of a number of different factors. But in your 401k, there is a fee that your company is paying an advisor. Frequently, I find that you have not spoken to that advisor in 2 or 3 years, which to me seems an odd way to pay somebody.
And I think that's the set it and forget it thing, right? A lot of people are just told, hey, don't ever pay attention to it. Don't look at it. It's like a boiling pot.
Correct.
Every time you lift the lid, it's going to lift the lid. It's going to take longer to cook.
But it doesn't mean you shouldn't check in and you shouldn't be educated. Maybe, you get the education, then you make an educated decision as to whether or not you should do something. But frequently these advisors, whether they're buddies with the CEO, whatever it may be, it's a comfy gig. And if they come in once a year, that's pretty impressive for a lot of these 401k advisors. So on top of that, the investments you select have fees inside of them, and that part you do not necessarily see. And that's common across our industry.
Right.
So there are expenses within them. To me, if I'm the advisor and I'm trying to advise somebody to do the best they can, I'm saying, hey, I've noticed that you've selected this 20 years ago. Things have changed since then. In that time, there's now a different version of that costs a fifth of what you're paying in expense fees. But again, most advisors go, are you happy? If they talk to you, are you happy with how it's going? Yeah, I am. Well, all right. Good to see you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because off you go.
Right, because the fee keeps happening and they keep getting paid. And as long as you're happy, it's all good. And likely you're none the wiser.
Yeah. Somebody just texted in and said they tried to sign up for the seminar coming up on June 13th and it wouldn't let them in. Jack, can you double check and see if it's full or not?
I'm looking at it right now. If you click on event RSVP, the form is right there to fill out. The only way for me to know is for me to fill out for myself, but I'll go for a steak at Ruth Chris.
If you are having trouble with that login or that sign up for any reason, feel free to fill out a contact form and somebody will contact you in the next 48 hours.
Yeah,
and
sure.
you just say, hey, I'm trying to get to the event.
Call the office tomorrow, whatever the case may be, right? What is an RMD and it kicking in at 73, forced taxable income, whether you need it or not? Now, Scott talks about this sometimes. If you don't take your Social Security or at one point they will force you to take it or something?
So Social Security is a little bit harder. I think they'll let you slide on that as long as you don't notice, right? Because that's the government paying you.
Right, yeah. The money that you paid them, though.
Correct, and people get confused about that. That's not the government doing it out of the kindness of their heart.
It's what you've earned.
Correct. That's a whole different topic for a different person at a different time. RMDs, required minimum distribution, meaning for years and years you have not paid income tax on money you have put into your 401k, assuming you have selected a pre-tax option. At a certain age, the IRS says, okay, we're done waiting. So if you have money in this account...
Oh, you got to pay the taxes on it.
They are going to violently insist that you start spending that money.
Okay.
Now, you don't necessarily have to spend it, but you do have to take it out of the account. And once it comes out of the account, it becomes taxable income. So for the low spenders, the problem that I see frequently, you have somebody who, let's just say they only need $10,000 a year out of that account.
Oh, my God.
Sure. A great situation to be in, but that's all they need. Then they turn 73 and the IRS comes knocking and says, I know you only need 10, but I'm going to need you to take 70.
Yeah.
And it pushes them up a tax bracket.
Right.
And it increases their Medicare premiums.
Right.
And it's $60,000 they have no real use for that they're getting taxed on. So, part of the conversation is great that you've done this so far, but at some point you need to start managing the taxes.
That has to be one of the most important decisions you make, right? I mean, that literally does, because as I start reading more about mine and how it's going to be distributed, you really have to pay attention to that because it could wind up hurting you really bad.
You need a strategy. And this is the part where, again, I think people get away with being lazy. The old model of being an advisor was I sling some mutual funds at you, and as long as the market's up, I'm having a nice year and hope you don't call. But I think the new expectation is we need to talk about when will you take Social Security? How does that play with your taxes? How does that pay with what you're going to give to Medicare? And this conversation in terms of the required minimum distribution for those people who are approaching 60 and into their 60s can save you a lot of money, and not just you, your beneficiaries as well.
Right, yeah. And if that's extremely interesting. I just had a thought I was thinking of asking you, because one of the 401k is like one of the biggest topics that we talk about.
Yeah.
Because of that very thing. People are terrified. They hear certain things online about what's going to happen. And I know for a fact one of the big things is you have to make a good decision at that particular point because it could wind up killing you tax-wise.
Yeah. Most people, I've yet to meet any prospect or client who's in a big hurry to pay the IRS more than they need to.
All right, buddy. Always good seeing you, man. Bradshaw
Likewise.
Brown again. June 13th is the big gig coming up. Ruth's Chris in Winter Park. You can go to the EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, go to the pull-down bar and try to make your reservation there. If not, if you're having a hard time, call the office tomorrow. They'll put you on the list.
Or there's a contact form on the homepage.
Or you can do it right there for sure. Debbie, you got some news for us?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a Final Destination story involving a Manhattan manhole. role. Closer to home, a suspect is sentenced in a Seminole County attack, and this airline is banning robots as passengers or baggage. We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
All right, guys, don't forget, you got a few minutes to get over to realradio.fm and send away the keyword RICH, R-I-C-H. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win the money. Back in a sec with Deb's News, and we'll get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
The heat and humidity are here to stay, and so is the chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. Already watching out for some here as we progress through the remainder of our Tuesday. Mainly going to be focused west of Orlando, but we'll still see isolated showers and storms through the evening drive and into the early part of the overnight. Could have a few through the night as well. Temperatures fall back into the low to mid 70s. It'll be muggy. It'll be warm. Then tomorrow we do it all over again, watching out for a few showers and thunderstorms with that stronger wind coming in from the East Coast beaches as highs top out right around 90 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Gatorland.
It's Gatorpalooza at Gatorland.
Live music, artisans, animals, and alligators.
May 30th and 31st.
Florida residents get in half off with valid Florida ID.
Celebrate all things alligators.
Only at Gatorland.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for financing too, with rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And a helpful finance team working to get you approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
With approved credit. Offer expires 6/5/26.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery, brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are solving the unsolvable. Our transplant experts are using new technologies like machine perfusion to increase the number of usable organs, reduce waiting times, and allow more patients to receive life-saving liver, heart, kidney, and lung transplants. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Sunnyside drains.
My drains are backing up.
I'm counting imaginary llamas. 8, 9.
What about my drain?
Wait, sheep are more fun. 10, 11.
I should have called 12, Frank Gay.
13.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
Frank Gay Services are the plumbers you can count on. From clogged drains to leaky pipes, we fix it all. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LIFELOCK. 1-800-LIFELOCK or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Skip this. Tap that red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app while listening to your favorite station.
You guys rock.
Instant feedback. And the best feature, if you mess up,
hopefully I'm sending these messages correctly.
Do it again. Leave a talkback now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind us to look ahead, so we will look ahead tomorrow on Real Radio. Monsters in the Morning will get you going. Ray Trenley from TK Law will be in. Plus, they'll have more chances for you to win $1,000 starting at 9 a.m., just like we had a couple listeners do today. Tune into the Monsters tomorrow for that. And when it comes time for planning for you and your family's future in the world of family law, trust Ray Trenley and his team at TK Law. Online at onefirmforlife.com.
At work? Just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hey, how's it, Ohana? Oh, brother Jack is back. Yeah, man, nothing like Manhattan. 96th Street, that would be Spanish Harlem. My sister also had a place at 103rd, but mostly they were liveaboards. Very nice vessel at the West 79th Street boat base.
Nice.
So one trip to the next, we got to talk about all y'all getting over here to Brevard. It's just not right, man. We got to have something planned for us over here. Aloha.
Agreed.
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert, Carew, and a big welcome back to our buddy Jack. Jack, everyone, while you were gone that filled in did such a good job. You guys have such good friends and such good crew that can help us fill in.
You are
but
correct.
also, beside all that, me and Brother Matt have been talking. We need to get an event out here on the coast, out in the Space Coast, in Brevard. We want to see you guys out here. We love coming out to events. We want to see something out here on the coast. So let's bring it on. Big T out.
Big T out indeed. I tell you what, let's do, buddy. Let's talk. I got a couple of sales reps that are really good at doing stuff like this. Maybe if you guys send us some suggestions on spaces that we could do this, maybe we can have a rep go over there and talk to them, try to make a deal. So if you have some spaces out there, bars that you think you can accommodate not only us, a live broadcast, go do that. Man, we'd love to do that. Are you kidding? We do broadcasts out all the time. Let me tell you something. Doing it in Lake County is almost as like doing it on the coast. It's really not that far a difference when it comes to distance.
Right.
So we could easily do that. Got to find somebody to pay, though. But that's the thing, is the station won't let us go out for free. I'd love to. I have no problem doing it.
We could do it at my old house over there.
Oh, very nice, Jack. We'll just do it there.
I like that idea.
Problem solved. Don't send text. All right, 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here. And
I don't own it, but
we could show up anyway.
Oh, that'd be the greatest. So we're going to squat party your house.
Why not?
All right, Deb, let's get some news. What do you got?
Okay.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
Well, like I teased in the before the break, a woman was killed after falling into an open manhole in Midtown Manhattan. Is a mother and grandmother from Westchester. 56-year-old Donike Gogash was killed Monday night when she plunged 10 feet into an open manhole at 52nd Street and 5th Avenue after simply parking her car.
Unbelievable.
It's pure stupidity. You're walking and you're paying attention to people around you. You're not necessarily looking down at the ground.
So people who live in the neighborhood are outraged, with her family wanting to know why the manhole was unlocked, uncovered, No cones, no caution tape, just an open manhole in the middle of Midtown Manhattan.
So I heard at one point that people were stealing these to get the recycling money for them. Is there a possibility that happened?
I believe Con Ed was doing work there, which is the power company there, and they were in charge of that spot.
So,
you better get your checkbook ready.
Yeah, Con Ed has released a statement saying it's investigating, expressing deep sadness, and emphasizing that safety is its number one priority.
And wasn't she driving a Mercedes?
She was driving a Mercedes SUV and literally just parked, opened her car door, and plunged 10 feet into the manhole.
Unbelievable.
She had no idea that was even going on because, like that woman just said, you're looking at cars and people around you. You're not looking down at the ground.
Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Like, it's raining. That's the only time I would actually look down to see if I'm stepping in a puddle. Would be the only reason ever.
Right, exactly. That's just not something you'd ever expect. All right, the man who attacked a woman on the Seminole Wekiva Trail last summer will spend 10 years in prison. 20-year-old Patrick Gamache was sentenced today after the judge denied his request to withdraw his no contest plea. Judge was like, nah, bro, we're going to sentence you today.
Well, that sounds good. Let's just go with that one.
Let's just go with that. Prosecutors say the victim was walking on the trail last August when Gamache grabbed her and dragged her towards the woods line. Thankfully, a passerby heard her scream and called 911. The man will be required to register as a sex offender and wear a GPS monitor once he's released on probation. And then finally, if you're flying Southwest Airlines, you can forget about bringing any human-like robots along on your flight. Earlier this month, an employee of a Dallas-based company called the Robot Studio flew Southwest from Dallas Love Field to Las Vegas along with a robot companion named Stewie. Bought a plane ticket for Stewie, made sure its battery was FAA compliant. The very next day, Southwest banned, quote, human-like or animal-like robots from its flights, either as passengers or as checked baggage. And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
So interesting. As I go, the new rules we have to apply with this new world is so great.
He wouldn't put his seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Apparently, he asked for one too many crackers.
We're like, sorry, sir, it's clear in our handbook. No robot animals. God almighty. How crazy. Who do we have to thank today, young lady?
We want to thank Bratcher Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Just in case you missed his timely economic advice, his podcast has already been posted at the Jim Colbert Show. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen, Candace Rich, and Alicia Bulware for running our YouTube chat.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that as always. Jack, question of the day?
In the YouTube chat, where do you eat lunch? The choices were desk, car, restaurant, or other.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to tell you, I think it's car. And I'll tell you why. My wife will actually go to a drive-thru sometimes, get her meal, and then pull into a parking spot in shade and eat it so she can listen to the podcast and stuff she wants to listen to. I'm going car.
Third most popular choice at 19%.
Are you serious?
The top pick was desk.
Wow.
At 39%, closely followed by other, so that could be eating
restaurant,
at home.
Right, at home, right.
And restaurant came in at 5%.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Incredible, man. I wonder what the other is then. Like at home, I guess?
I would say probably. Maybe the park.
All right, coming up tomorrow for Animal House, we have Cora Burcham in.
Yeah, from Save the Manatee Club, and she's so excited to talk about manatee mating herds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she even has photos.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
It's going to go right into today's sperm racing thing. It's going to be perfect, right? Of course, Scott Maxwell as well. That'll all be tomorrow. We'll get a call from Ross Paget. And more fun stuff to talk about, plus 4 more opportunities for you and $1,000. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
But I still love you.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still a bit of a slow ride this evening, I-4 eastbound between 429 and World Drive. Slow traffic as well on I-4 westbound between Princeton and Robinson Streets. An accident blocking the shoulder Florida Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. Stop and go traffic from I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we perform an 18-point maintenance check with every oil change to help make sure you're good to go.
And?
You're good to go. We'd let you know if we